find answers within. Location.
Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome to the show tonight. I have so much content for you guys. Sheesh. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. Get your seats. So close your Discord? Not yet. We'll see. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. We had a great show planned for you tonight. I had to wear the suit. I had to do it.
Fucking my wife's mouth!
I'm going to, okay?
We have Shark Trader coming on the stream tonight. I wanted to get all dressed up for you guys, okay? This is a matter of law, so I wanted to look like a lawyer. We're going to dive into everything. I have like a billion tabs that we're going to go through piece by piece. We're going to start with where Atlas came from, my experience with Atlas. We're going to go through bit by bit and really break this down.
You are legendary.
Okay. We're going to get Shark on voice here in a second. We need Nola or Sperm on here. Absolutely. Let's call him in and we'll get him on. I have his tweets ready to go. Let me pop in here with Shark. What's going on? Welcome. Can you hear me, Shark? What time is AJ joining the show?
Hello.
Hello.
What's up?
What's going on, Colonel? How are you?
Good. I'll just be here in the background in case you missed something.
Yeah, that's perfect. Would love to have you on standby. Is Shark there as well?
No, man, chime in whenever.
Yeah, let's go. If you want to, Shark, you can use face cam and we'll put you up on the screen as well. Basically, I'm going to walk through everything. Would love to hear your opinions on it and kind of walk us through. You've only got it in deeper voice, Colonel. All right, guys. But basically, we're going to start from the top here with these guys. So we'll kind of jump into it. And just correct me along the way, Shark, if I'm wrong about anything. But essentially, Atlas Trading is where most of us started our trading experience back in 2020, 2021. It was almost like someone called it a sitcom. Like you have all these characters in this group. They're all known for certain things. They all had like this banter. And just the way their Discord was set up was very almost like a cult in the sense where everyone was trying to get a role. And Nola Momo talked about this on the space last night. Everyone wanted a role in the Discord. And so it was very competitive. And everyone kind of just followed in line. And it was one of the first Discords that I joined, probably one of the first Discords that you joined. And essentially, they use that to sort of their advantage. I do have some screenshots from behind the scenes stuff. It's in like these secret channels and these DMs and shit. So we'll get into that a little bit as well. And I'd love to hear from you guys what you guys think about the whole situation. If you stand with Atlas still at this point, if you don't, love to hear you guys in the chat. We'll be reading the chat as well. This is just tip of the iceberg. Dude, it's crazy. This is crazy shit. So get your favorite drink. I've got this Pellegrino going on here. And sit back and relax. We got a lot of great content for you guys tonight. I went through and I tried to pull everything. Once I show you guys these tabs, you'll see. This is crazy. So I think
I sent you another updated picture that was just released out there. I sent it to you in your DM.
In Discord?
Yeah.
Wait, you did? Or on Twitter? Oh, that's the picture
on Discord
of AJ, or sorry, of PJ.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pull that up too, and I'll show you this. Is that him on the left? Oh, you're up. Okay, perfect. So what I'll do is I'll open up your camera, Shark, and then we'll switch to screen share, and we'll show this stuff off. Okay. Just focus on Shark here. So,
And then so perch Detective Hundo on the case.
I'm on the case tonight. Yes, sir. Okay. Here's the picture Shark's talking about here. So on the left.
Oh, that could be a later thing, but I don't know.
Okay. No, we'll keep it in the doc. So I have all these tabs up here we're going to go through. There's a lot to cover tonight. So I just wanted to give kind of a brief breakdown of what Atlas trading is. Shark, your hair's so dark. Did I cover it pretty well, Shark, the Atlas trading, or is there something you could add? Yeah, go ahead.
It actually, well, the way it started was that they were all they all came from this one room, United Trading, and then they went with Cam, Cam the man,
right?
And they were all trading with him. But then Cam, I believe, was talking about making the room paid or something, and they all were like, F that. And then they, and a bunch of people went over and created Atlas, and that was back in 2017, I would have to say. So that's kind of where everything started, and then it just started growing from there. And obviously, they had a lot of personalities, and because FinTwit was a thing, but also Stocktwits was also pretty popular at that time,
right,
as well. I don't know how much it is now. I mean, I still have the app. Sometimes I go on, but so that's actually how I came across Zack Morris, because and this was when Bitcoin was running back, like I said, in 2017, and there's so a lot of the Bitcoin names were going like Mara, and that was, it was cheap back then too. I mean, well, it is again now, but it was even 50 cents or something like that back before it made its run, over 30 or whatever. But and then it just I didn't really personally like the vibe of the main room. We kind of splintered off and did our own thing.
Mm-hmm.
But and then as it kind of got weirder and weirder, I'm like,
so what was some of the weirdest stuff that you've seen in that Discord, or did you not see anything that weird? For me personally, I didn't have a big role in Atlas. I was just kind of watching the floors. I didn't participate very much. So not much happened that I saw, but
there you go. OG Dark Elvis, he knows, Scout team, where we kind of we went to that, we created that, and kind of did our own thing there, and never really got too involved in what was going on in that on the other side. But well, I mean, once you know how to read the tape, and if you know what to look for in the volume, you can see. You could just start to see, what was going on, and put together,
right.
that before something was tweeted, there would be this innocuous volume, or a little bit too. And also, what they, would do is, you don't just slam the ask, you do whatever. Just I'll pick an arbitrary number, that probably, 1,000 shares, and then then another. You basically build a position, but not as much where you don't hit like 10,000 shares, for example. That would like probably alert something on trade ideas, so they try to stay under the radar that way. Just go whatever, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000.
Right,
and
right.
then you go down, and then they did whatever they do as far as the ladder, however they would want to work it,
Gotcha.
I mean, it's all obviously it's outlined about how they talk about their plans. Okay, first I'll get in, and then I'll tell this person, and then I'll tell that person.
Yeah. We're gonna get into that as well. The what was said. I have all that up here in the doc. Was an Atlas from 20K people to 200K people, and it got worse the bigger it got. No, 100%. I have recordings that would implicate the Momo Floor guys, but they were small potatoes. You have recordings? That's crazy. If anyone has anything they'd like to submit, we'll definitely talk about it. I've got lots of stuff here that you've seen on Twitter, and if you know nothing about the situation, we'll deep dive it. We're going to kind of go through... Hey, thanks for the gifted sub, Profess. I appreciate you. We're going to go through kind of a few guys before what took place to kind of see what was happening beforehand, like this photo on screen here with Zack Morris literally taunting the SEC, which is why I put out that tweet where I was like, if the next time you pump something, maybe don't at the SEC. You know what I'm saying? Like that's probably the first mistake, the first thing that you shouldn't do. But he was so flaunting about it and so in your face about it and in the SEC's face about it, and just actively doing it. At first, he kind of denied it, and then he slowly sort of accepted that he was doing it and was just blatant about it. So I got a few photos here. What's going on, Leader Trading? How you doing? Welcome. Your stream is already so much better than Twitter Spaces that have been happening. Oh, thanks, Bofo. I really appreciate that. I try to just keep things sort of organized and less like, we're not going to have anybody talking over each other here. This is all very factual, to the point, just a breakdown of what happened. And then we'll get your opinions in the chat as well. Colonel, if you want to run some polls during the stream, feel free. But I just wanted to show you guys this here. This was a post.
And you're looking
Zack
very
made.
dapper tonight.
You like it? So I wore a suit for this,
Looking
boy.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I hope you're not wearing any pants, though.
Of course not. Why would I wear pants? Are you kidding me? Way more professional, hence the suit. The amount of stock concern with these people on Twitter defending Atlas is crazy. We're gonna get into that too. I have the main argument later on after we talk about the arrests and stuff. A lot of people defending them, which is just wild to me. It's really, really crazy.
I was in a space earlier, and some guy was, talking about that,
Right.
And these guys had no regard for, when you, and I'm sure we'll go through, but it was just, it's sad, and it's of course they say money corrupts people. But if you just think also too where Dan came from, a lot of us, or even Gary comes from a small place in Kentucky. We've heard of him talk, and unfortunately, maybe you've also heard his song that he put out.
Yeah. No, 100%.
But he freaking Dan comes from Alabama. Whatever. Someone was posting that. And he was just saying we're just fucking robbing people. Just no. It didn't seem like any conscious about it.
I totally forgot. I was gonna play.
Don't you dare, Bofo!
It's low-key a banger. I was gonna play. Forgot at the end of the countdown before the stream. I was gonna play the intro to Tommy and Gary's YouTube channel. I forgot to play it. I'll just play it now, just the intro part. It's so funny now.
Here, for being a government facility.
You guys.
He's right. Yeah, he's from Virginia. He was close to Kentucky. Yeah, I wasn't 100. When I first spoke to him, I couldn't believe his country accent.
Right. Yeah, I heard him on a Spaces, and he was high and hammered out of his mind. It was crazy. But this is a little clip here I want to show you guys just at the beginning. They're talking about being in a government facility. This is their latest YouTube video. I think it's funny.
Facility.
You guys didn't get inconclusive COVID tests.
Mean that you are positive.
Literally, I'm not taking the chance. I'm making it back to the state. It's not happening to you. It's happening to me. So I'm bailing. I'm getting out of the country.
You came out here
bailing out of the country. Okay, that's his
Now
different.
you're just gonna bail out on it.
I just got to get out because they're going to lock me up.
This is so funny to me now after the fact, but we'll carry on.
It's cringe.
Bro, it's so cringe, bro. It's so fucking cringe. So anyway,
How they're like expecting it to happen the whole time and then just don't do anything about it. It's like, yeah, we're gonna go to jail, but it's fine.
Right. Oh god, this is brutal. It's actually so bad, dude. We're gonna get into more of that. There's some funnier stuff coming up. The next slide here is just. I only got a little bit on Lade Backk here and there. I feel like he was kind of he just wasn't good at pump and dumping. Like he had to be walked through it a lot of the time. But here's some DMs. He's DMing this. I forget this guy's name. I don't know, but if we alert it, it can fly. You know what I mean? So it's just funny to see this stuff now. And Dan is in that right here in the group message. So they're all in there. If we can alert it, it'll fly. Lade Backk is literally the worst. I know, bro. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And that's the question that I want to send to you guys. Who do you think was the rat? Was it the Canadian Ripster, or do you think it was? Do you think it was Dan and maybe got less of a sentence or whatever? What do you guys think about that? You guys?
Yeah, I was wondering. We should do a poll. I have an unofficial poll that I did yesterday.
We'll do a poll in chat right now.
Yeah, because I was thinking it was Bob. I'm leaning on Bob, but a lot of people seem to think Ripster. But Bob was talking crap about them for a while. He was like, he wasn't. But if I on mine, and it has, this is obviously unscientific. Over 1,500 votes. 51% Ripster, 27 for Bob, and 22 for other.
Okay, here's we'll do a poll in chat as well. 3 minutes on the poll there. Who ratted? I just put a few options. Incredible Bob, Ripster, Dan, Hugh, and Lade. Feel free to put your answers in there, and we'll kind of take a look at the results.
See, I don't know about Rock and Catching Bob. He seemed low key to me. I don't know if he would want to get into all that. I mean, I don't really know the guy that well, but he just seemed like he just wanted to do his own thing. I don't know. I mean, recently, Incredible Bob seems like he would be one that would want to like stir up shit and like like all the this guy, he's like a due diligence guy. He was all into those bios and stuff.
Yeah, and
I could see him getting into that, and
for sure. And he was already attacking like Ripster and like stirring some beef. Right. So I don't know if that's. So we're gonna go through this as well near the end. But I don't know.
I agree. Rocket Catching Bob never seemed like a piece of shit. I agree.
No, I agree with that too. But you never know and that's the whole thing that people can't swallow is these guys who they love, they just can't fathom the fact that they might have screwed them over. You know what I'm saying? And this is a point that I wanted to bring up tonight that people are very, very confused about. There's a lot of people that I respect, that you respect, who are saying like,
yeah, what if it was Ricky?
What's up? What if it was Ricky? Maybe. But
he was a head up, and he was a big name for a while, and then he kind of just disappeared.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, he was back from, he was 2019, I think, or right around the COVID market. I think I got out of the small cap. So I never followed him. I don't know. I don't even know if he still has a Twitter, but he was big in that.
He recently left. I don't even think he's in his Discord anymore. Rocket Catching Bob. He kind of he's taking a big break.
He did go on his own.
Now. So he's not anywhere as far as I know. Maybe Verde. Down come the mighty. So what I want to talk about is that there's a difference between being a nice person and having integrity. And we need to split those up because I've seen way too much on Twitter, on FinTwit. These people are these like super fans and these guys who are friends of them in real life are saying, well, no, they're really nice guys. It was an honest mistake and all this stuff. It's like you can still be a nice person in real life and have this guy buy you dinner, buy you drinks, take you out to concerts and all this stuff, and they can still simultaneously be screwing over and scamming millions of people and taking $100 million, by the way. That's people's mortgages. That's people's money to put food on the table. This is like it's not this isn't small, and it doesn't mean maybe. It's not only shitty people who do shitty things. This is what I'm trying to say. They can be absolutely good, nice people on the outside and in person and do fan meetups and bring you on their YouTube channels and do giveaways. They can still be nice people, but be pieces of shit on the side. Jeffrey Dahmer is known as extremely nice and loving guy. Exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. So,
but they're not actually like nice people, though. I mean, everything they were doing is just for clout or whatever.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Well, another funny about Jeffrey Dahmer, Ted Bundy, actually, he worked at a suicide prevention hotline.
No way.
And and there's an old lady that he worked with, and he would walk her out to the car at night and be like, just want to make sure you get to the car, like, late.
Right.
And so there you go.
100%. So you never know, like, who you're talking to. You never know what this person is doing, really. You don't know what anybody's really doing. And they can still be nice. They can still be friendly and still screw people completely. The next clip I want to show you guys is this thing here, which is really, really funny. This is something that Kerry Palmer posted forever ago, his Lade Backk video, and it just hits different now. I'm going to play this for you guys right here really quick. This is really, really funny.
It's been a long ride, and I've been giving it some thought, and I think it's probably about.
So for some context, he's pretending to be Lade Backk. This is when Lade Backk was going to delete Twitter, and then he didn't. So you can turn up your volume for this. It's really good.
Well, guys, it's been a long ride, and I've been giving it some thought, and I think it's probably about that time. We pumped, and now it's time for me to dump on out of here. So, you be well. This has nothing to do with Peloton, and I'll catch you guys around. One thing I wanted to mention. Just remember, there's only ever gonna be one like me. Yep. Well, there's only gonna be one Lade Backk. I said that. Yeah. So if you're gonna beg me to stay, this would be the time to do it. I'm really gonna do it. So, all right, bye. What'd you say? No, I thought I heard somebody say. No. Okay. You sure? Well, guys.
Amazing. I love that clip, bro. And it's just so funny now because he's going to jail. And yeah, somebody commented like, "Where's the hashtag multi?" And I was like, "Multi people going to prison." Who's this dude? That's Kerry Palmer.
That's good.
It's so funny, bro. So
He's
funny.
got so many good old ones.
Oh, yeah.
I retweeted a couple of them if you want to see them. He's just like, "Oh, I'm so handsome. I'm so tall," and just goes on and on every day.
We can go check that out for sure.
Well, you also have to ask yourself. I mean, it's crazy because like you said, money corrupts you like that, or just makes you feel invincible. And I think it's something that everyone maybe should, I don't know, be aware of or cognizant of,
Right.
Along their journey. And
Right.
because it's just, I mean, you all everyone likes to think that they will.
Do you think prison's
Crazy, and I wonder about the young people, like Hugh, like how, like I don't know. I mean, what he wrote in the thing is pretty endemic, but at the same time, these guys are so young. Did they just get sucked in from these older guys?
Right.
Jay and Zack. I don't know.
Right.
But they knew.
No, 100%. They knew exactly what they were doing. And here's another example here of Zach Morris just like straight up just calling out the SEC. I've been hearing, so somebody said, nah, the @SEC government is coming for him. And he goes, I've been hearing this for the last 5 years. One last time, SEC D's nuts. And now he's going to be seeing D's nuts when he drops the soap. You know what I'm saying? So.
Well, apparently he's out on bail. He tweeted.
Did he? Oh, yeah. So I saw it, but he deleted the tweet already.
Oh, he did? Yeah.
I have it.
Someone said your lawyer just fired you or something.
Yeah. His lawyer's like, shut up. Please shut up.
Pretty sure in the terms of his bail, he's not supposed to be on social media. That's why he deleted it.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's 100% why. And you can see that. We're going to cover the document soon, but it does say in the document that he's not supposed to be saying anything on social media. He, of course, has this God complex, untouchable sort of vibe. He's just so full of himself that he thinks I'm going to do whatever I want. I have an unlimited amount of money. I'm just going to pay my way out of things. Just this insane God complex.
I stopped following him. I haven't followed him for a long time, but
right.
Since he's so popular, like the algo would always still like boost his posts, so I would see him.
Yeah.
But you could actually see the change in his personality, and Gary too, I would have to say, and like their personalities as they made more money. You could 100%. See they just became more and more douchey. Kind of the account went up and the douchebagness came up.
Yeah, flaunting it more, getting more brave, and I think that's where they started to really fuck up. Is they got too brave, and these guys they're way too fucking brave with it.
Well, at the other token, I mean, sure, he got single and everything, and he had all that money, and he was living that life. But I mean, I don't know what kind of. I mean, a lot of people, even in their younger 20s, probably look up to him, and what kind of message, besides obviously the illegal stuff, but just the whole thing, like, boats and hoes and all this. What kind of message are you showing up for other people that might look up to you? That this is how a respectable guy is. Of course, we like to go out and have fun and party and stuff.
Yeah, but, no, 100%.
You just, I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Bastard Trader says, I seen the change in Zach when he stopped being Zach Morris. No, 100%. Because I think he kind of got scared when he got doxxed a little bit. And I think he kind of flipped it into a hyper-aggressive sort of approach to that as sort of a defense mechanism. I kind of blame Tommy for the change in Gary's personality, though. Gary was the same even when he was rolling money until Tommy came along. Yeah, I could see that too.
I think, because Gary came from, like you said, like that small town in Virginia, right close to, Kentucky. He seemed like a nice little guy, and also he just got corrupted in that sense.
How come they started losing money even on plays with all those followers? For one, they were really bad at pumping and dumping. They weren't good at it. And a lot of people started to flip and started to just short their plays because they knew exactly what they were doing.
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
I just want to mention, no, I haven't spoken to Hamid. I remember him. He was a good guy. I've actually hung out with Hamid a few times. We've gone to the gun range together. I should text him, actually, and since I'm back down south again, I've been meaning to.
Right.
Yeah, Hamid was a good guy. And I met
there.
Hamid, and I met Verte, too. We all went out to a steak dinner, actually right around this time in Christmas a couple of years ago. And Verde was a nice guy too. I mean, I don't know,
and I think that's one of the big reasons that people who are close to them are defending them so hard, right? Because they're like, no, I met this guy. Like, this guy's a really good guy.
Yeah.
But that's where I want to just keep bringing up. You need to separate being a nice person from being an integral person, having that integrity. Like, those are separate, completely separate things. And we need to just recognize that for a second.
Well, that's the same thing. And we were talking about, okay, well, why is the chat free? Well, when same thing as Facebook, you're the product, and, and also it's the same thing of like politicians or mostly politicians, they'll kiss your ass and shake your hand for the vote, but behind their back, or when it comes to, when it comes down to it, they're going to do whatever they want for themselves, and they're not going to care.
At the end of the day, they didn't steal.
They'll shake your hand, but give you the middle finger behind their back,
right,
at the same time.
100%. We're not talking a few $10,000s of dollars here. We're talking $100 million that they took off people's tables. They took, their people probably got their houses seized and shit like that. Like, serious real life stuff. There's real life consequences to doing things like this. And even if it's an accident, if you notice that obviously they noticed this was happening, even if they didn't mean to do it, and they kept doing it. And I think that is the issue. And so we have this somewhere in the doc up here as well, but we saw a post which was like the main reason, like, this was the trigger for the SEC to kind of go after them, was the fact that they weren't alerting that they were they were selling their position as they were alerting to buy it. So you can tweet about this stuff, but you have to basically just be honest, essentially. And they weren't being honest. They were selling into buy alerts and doing shady things like that, and being very aggressive about it off to the side, which has all come out now, thanks to the recordings, thanks to Ripster, shout out. Now they're riding those Ripster clouds straight into prison. So it's just what happens. Here's another tweet right here. I want to show you guys. This is Zach Morris. Post your low floater ideas here, 2 mil and under. If I pick yours, I'll DM you so you can front load first. And I don't know if he actually ended up doing this because I don't follow him right now. I haven't followed him for a while, but this is insane shit, bro. This is absolutely insane shit. Look, you have 1,000 people commenting here, 685 likes. He's got 500,000 followers. And this guy says, can't wait for you to be tossed in prison, which is funny after the fact. But this is crazy, bro. Yeah, easy money, whoever redeemed that. What did Colonel say in the doc? He's in jail right now? Yeah, I believe he who got arrested? It was 6 out of 8 of them, I think. 100 mil divided by 250K members, about 5 per member they made. Yeah, exactly. On average. I'm sure there are obviously other people who are smarter, other people who weren't so smart, and just taking those alerts. So here's another video, guys. Guru Leaks reposted this. I think Terrible Trader actually made this. Here he is here if you want to follow him, just to give credit where it's due. But let's watch this really quick. This is the I Love Pumping video, which just has a little bit of a different vibe now.
Funny.
What's that?
He is funny. The Terrible Trader has a good Instagram. He makes some funny memes.
He's very funny. We love him out here on the show. Let me show you guys this clip. This is gold, and it just hits a little bit different here.
Pumper on Twitter. Pumping is life. You even say it yourself.
Pump at the gym, pump in the bed, pump the market, pump life.
Getting rich is simple. All you have to do is follow these 3 easy steps. Buy a low flow penny stock, think of a reason why you bought it, and tell fucking everyone. One tweet from you will send thousands of investors flocking to the stock of your choice.
Fuck that. I'm going all in with Zach Morris on CEI.
To make sure no bag holder feels left behind, set unreasonably high price targets and shitpost gifts every time the stock goes up. While your pump is exploding and squeezing shorts, people will tweet at you their massive gains and call you a scammer in an obvious display of sarcasm. I mean, you can't be a scammer if you call yourself a scammer, right? You're being covered in the mainstream news. With an army of 500,000 Twitter followers waiting for your next Zack attack, even hedge funds and CEOs are keeping their eyes on the master Furu.
It was on Twitter, and the guys like Zack Morris, they choose you, you don't choose them.
How much money are you even making? Just a soft 20 million on AMC, 15 million on Sundale, 4 million on CEI, and many, many more. So how do you spend your money? Like any other dude with self-proclaimed FU money. Mansions, jets, Lambos, McLarens, Rolexes, jet skis, boats, golf carts, and good times. When you're not trading, you're on a business trip.
Yo, where did Zack go?
Zack Morris is on a business trip. He's on a business trip. He's on a business trip.
Make sure to flex the money and charities you donate to, because if you didn't post it, did you even donate? No. Tim Sykes sounds jealous. He's calling you a cokehead.
It's hilarious seeing fucking Tim Sykes come at me like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. Please, do this to me in person. I'm gonna fucking come to your next event, I promise.
Do you ever have losing trades? Of course you do. Wish was a fucking disaster, but no one cares about the losers. How can anyone hate when you have a list of multi-baggers ready to cover any losses?
Like, oh, this guy's a pumper. Yeah, I fucking pump money into your fucking bank accounts. If you can't make money follow me, then you're a fucking idiot.
Is it legal?
Absolutely fucking.
You're not an accredited investor. For all we know, you like the stock. You even tagged the SEC on a photo of your Rolex while riding your jet ski. This is the life of Zack Morris. Thanks for watching.
Love you. Bye.
Shout out to our first video sponsor.
All right, we're not sponsored by these guys, so we're gonna cut that part out. But yeah, so that kind of hits a little bit different now. They literally walk through exactly what they did. Have you seen his houses and the address were released? I saw that. So he had to his houses were taken from him, I believe. We have that up here as well.
Yeah, all the properties were seized.
Yeah, that's hilarious. I mean, like, what are you expecting? What any thoughts on the video, Shark?
What's the line from the movie? Oh, is it Lord of the Rings? No, I can't remember. What does it say? Karma has a sense of irony.
Right.
I can't remember the line. It's in the beginning of Lord of the Rings when they show the hand grabbing the ring, the Gollum grabs it. Well, I forget the line, but yeah.
Yeah, it's about to be a Netflix special. It honestly might be, bro. Wow, is this real?
They don't need it. He's going to get even more cocky.
Oh, 100%. Well, yeah, no. That's what I was going to say to License in the chat here. He spent time to buy 10 properties but under his name. That's how fucking cocky this guy was, bro. Just removed all PGR podcasts from Spotify. No way, bro. Leader trading. That's crazy.
Right. Well, you'd have to think that they are going to get lawyers and push away from that situation.
Absolutely. Here's another clip, guys. This is from the AHT CEO, even giving a shout out to Zack Morris on CNBC after Atlas Trading tried to pump his stock. That was insane. Who got screwed over in the chat from AHT? I know that I did. This is crazy. You can't make this shit up. Let's watch this clip really quick and we'll discuss it.
Tribute that investor enthusiasm. Can you cite a triggering moment? Was it simply a large short position in the stock, or perhaps something else that you're aware of that we're not, that lit the match, so to speak?
Yeah, David, that's a magic question. I don't know. I mean, in some ways it seems like they choose you, you don't choose them. I think we had some trades in the fall when we were doing a preferred exchange that created a little bit of volume, but it was something that we saw some investors on Twitter, and this really wasn't as much even the Reddit community. It was on Twitter, and the guys like Zack Morris and Will Mead and others who were guys I didn't know and hadn't heard of that saw something in our stock, saw something in our name months ago, and slowly built up this community that I didn't really know existed. And then once you see it as a CEO in this modern era of communication, you either choose to embrace it and use it for the sake of the company and the shareholders and our employees, or you become a silent CEO. And I chose to lean into it a little bit, and we'll see what happens.
So there you have it. That's the CEO of AHT. The Will Mead shout out as well. I know these companies had to have been working with them, says Colonel. I mean, he knows him by name. So, I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Shard?
I think that there have been some rumors of these guys actually having connections to companies and them being either paid or compensated in some way to promote. But I don't know, if that's true. I mean, they didn't need it, with their following. But so that's speculation. But I have heard some people kind of mention. So that could be something that happened as well. I mean, these people have money. They're able to rub arms with different people that maybe everyday people might not have access to, or get reached out to. And so that definitely happens, and it could happen.
Hey, 100, do you mind if I jump in real quick?
Yeah. Who's on
Of
the mic?
course.
It's
Obsidian.
Obsidian.
Oh, what's up, bro?
Obsidian's a great stone, by the way.
He's awesome.
So I was kind of late to this whole game, right? So I know you guys in Lettuce know that I work in a prison. So I had no social media pretty much. I had some burner accounts, me and the wife, Facebook Marketplace, things like that. But my buddy at work got me into PGIR, right?
Right.
So I'm listening to some of PGIR. Through him, he was in Torchlight. He got burned by it bad, right? I was listening to Hugh. He kept mentioning BSS, buy, sell, short. You ever look up buy, sell, short, the guy that runs it? I don't know how to say his name. Ciaran Thornton. Ciaran.
He's got in
Thornton.
trouble from the SEC a bunch.
Exactly. So I'm wondering why these guys are sitting there talking about buy, sell, short this entire time. Were they in his room previously? Who knows? I wasn't part of the game back then.
Right.
But if you look him up, he's been in charge. You're going off of this AHT thing with the CEO.
Mm-hmm.
This guy that they're talking about buy, sell, short, I know nothing about it. My buddy used to look at all his YouTube videos, send them to me. To me, they looked way too pumpy to me.
Right.
And I'm a little bit older, so I'm kind of like lost in this whole game. I'm kind of new to this whole like Twitter type following and FinTwit. I mean, I was messing around before, and I actually told everybody in Lettuce, I'm like, I had to Google what FinTwit means. You know what I mean? I had no clue.
Right, for sure.
So for me, I just started looking into that. He kept mentioning BSS, and I'm like, what's BSS? My buddy's like, buy, sell, short. Started looking into this guy, right? He's posting, sending all these things.
He was like the original pumper. He was like
I think he was, yeah.
Like, back in he did get busted like 3 times. So I'm actually wondering, I mean, this is a bit different because this is like a concentrated, this is like 5 or however many people there were, 6 people all together to do something. But I know I've seen he got I think 3 times, and he had to pay some fine, and then he just kept on doing what he's doing. I don't know. I don't even know if he's still on Twitter. But then I remember after the small cap world started dying down, like his pumps never. But but I did notice like he would alert something like maybe 3 weeks or 2 weeks before, and then the Atlas crowd would get on it.
Right.
And then it would go up even more.
That's kind of what I was noticing with my buddy. He was saying it. He's like, hey, be it like this guy buy, sell, short. He's, all these different things. I remember he had AI. He kept sending me these videos where he was holding on to AI.
Yeah.
I didn't know if he was a bag holder or what he was back then. And I was watching all his videos, just kind of looking at things and just seeing, oh, this is, just kind of going through YouTube and all that stuff. Some of his analysis was kind of crap. He had a million indicators on there. And for me, I didn't like it. It didn't make sense to me. My buddy was really into it. And of course, here I am working in a prison. So I start doing my research, and I find out that this guy got caught with a few pump and dump type schemes. And then he was promoting certain companies. He was getting paid by the companies to promote it. And then, he wasn't disclosing any of that information. So he got busted. So right then and there, when he was listening to PGIR, that's kind of where I called it. Like, I still listen to the guys just to see if they were making sense, but that's where I drew my line with these guys. You know what I mean?
100%.
I just wanted to interject there. I didn't mean to.
No, you're good.
Kind of change pace. You brought up AHT with the CEO, shouting out Zack Morris, so it kind of reminded me of the guy from BSS.
No, that's what we're after tonight. Just some good discussion and to kind of bring this stuff up, bring some light to it.
He was.
I know for a
He was
fact
going
Zack he would tweet about buy sell short all the time. I back in the day when I started Twitter, I was following BSS because of Zack, and he tweeted this list of people to follow, and I followed every single one of them. You know what I mean? And so it was kind of from the beginning that was sort of sus. PGIR notably had AJ Trader on twice, I guess, who's also known for doing almost this exact same thing, but he has a paid room instead. So what do you guys think? Prison time or fines only? I think there's I thought some of them already went to prison, but I'd have to double check that.
Well, there's a different. They're in county jail right now, and probably most of them will post bond. You know, and you know, we have the indictment, but there also might be other layers that they didn't publicly release. You know, both sides will go through like a discovery process. You know, the defense will build up and see what the prosecution has. Prosecution, obviously has spent probably over a year building up this case. And then it will probably go to court. I mean, whether or not they will get fines or jail, it's a lot of money. $100 million isn't, something to bat an eye at. And, I went into, a couple of rooms, yesterday, just seeing people, obviously everyone was talking about it. One guy said, he put, and whether or not, yes, no one made him press the button to buy, but he put some of these pumps in his 401k, Now, whether that was the smartest move, that's a different conversation. But the fact is, he put his 401k money, that's like savings, that's like retirement money. Put money, he said he lost, 25,000 on Wish or, a couple of these things. That's a substantial amount of money that really affects, people. And it's just horrible.
Yeah, 100%. I'm just reading the chat here. They're just discussing what's going to happen. Can they still trade? I think it's very, very likely that they get a fine. I think it's very, very likely that they restrict them from trading again. Can they trade using other people? And I don't know. I'm not sure, but
it might move to crypto pumps. It's unregulated.
Yeah, there you go. That's totally legal.
No, but the same with Belfort. The same thing that happened with Belfort. They'll probably, they'll get fines, but they'll probably get restricted from being able to trade for, say, 5 years, maybe 10 years, something like that. Whether I don't know if get jail, or maybe if someone flips and tries to put the bag all on one person or two people, then those two people might go under, or get a less sentence. I mean, I think you have the documents, but reading some of the stuff from the DOJ and some of the charges had about 25 years max sentence.
Right.
Now, depending, if they get charged with more than one, they won't be charged. They won't do if one is just as an example, like wire fraud and then market manipulation, they won't have to serve both of them separately, like 25 and 25, 50. They'll serve the sentences congruently. But I mean, these guys obviously are too. They're not like gangbangers, so there's also a chance they could be eligible for parole if they do get convicted. They probably will be eligible for parole under certain circumstances. Maybe if they got out, they would be under house arrest or not be able to use any, obviously brokers, or maybe they would restrict their electronic communications. Like I know that happened in hacker. If someone's a hacker and, they're not allowed to use the computer for whatever amount of time. So, yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. And, we don't, obviously, more stuff will continue to evolve as it goes on. But, Zack apparently is out on bail. I don't know who else is out.
Can we talk about Lade Backk? What's that? Go ahead.
Another thing worth mentioning is just how broke they are. Obviously, 100 million is a lot, but they could have made way more. They were terrible at what they were doing.
That's what's
they left so much on the table.
Yeah. So
and then plus, I mean, they lost all the names that aren't named on there on the filing is because they lost money and got bagged on all those.
Right.
Wish and all that. Plus, they all just all their cars, all their houses, it's all gone now. They're
100%.
super broke right now.
100%. And that's what Mr. Harrison Vest brought up in chat. Since I had 100 million, we talk about Lade Backk, the fact that it's so sweet. He's in this world for a $100 scalp on a 100K position.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah. Dan did the same thing. Dan's over here making $5.
Bro, those guys should get double the time just for not being good at it. You know what I mean?
No, right. No, I got to read this tweet from this he's a great futures trader, Horse, and he tags him last night. I had to retweet a screenshot of it because it wasn't up, but he goes, hey, Lade Backk, what's more embarrassing, finally getting caught or being in the same pump and dump as Zack, yet only making 5.8% of what he made? He goes, this dude 100% needs to be deserved in the most jail time simply for the case that he's just bad at trading. It's the best thing for him to stay away from the Dom as long as possible.
Oh my
That's what
God,
makes
bro.
Lade Backk so cringe. He's just every single day he's like, "You guys suck at trading. You're terrible." And then I have the screenshots, and the whole time he's not making anything.
No wonder he was so pissed, eh? I used to go to his paid room. He'd just be screaming at us because he's making $100.
He always seems mad.
He's always mad because he sucks at what he does. He's just bad. He's just not good. He deserves double the time.
I don't know how he also. I don't know, like, how all he eats too. I think someone mentioned it. I just can't believe like he only eats like hamburgers, pizza, and like Italian sausages. Like, what is going on with that? His diet is just out of control.
Leaders Rating says, do you think any of them were smart enough to start preparing for this a while ago? I'd imagine some of them knew that this was inevitable and started making some of their money disappear, or already started taking steps towards building somewhat of a case to defend themselves ahead of time. Just a thought. What do you guys think in chat? Personally, I think especially Zack, he knew that this was coming, and like with all his taunting and shit. I think he knew, but I don't think he cared. You know what I mean? I think he's like, we're gonna get fucking rich. We're gonna get caught, but we're just gonna pay them off. We're gonna lose some money, but we're gonna make so much more money than what we're gonna lose. You know what I mean? I think that was the mindset, and I think he did know what was coming. And I think even now, that's why he's so cocky, he's still tweeting, because he's like, I got all this money, I'm just gonna pay them, bro. It just doesn't fucking matter. I'm throwing 20s, not even 20s. Like I'm throwing $1,000 bills onto the fucking highway just for something to do on a Saturday. You know what I mean? So
obviously he lost his properties. He's gonna have a lot, because also some of those properties and the cars and stuff were bought like technically with illegal money. I mean, technically they're probably considering it the same as if it was like a drug dealer buying all that stuff, because it's from illegal proceeds.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, they probably do think about this is just the cost of doing business, and eventually this is going to happen, and they might, if they're friends with BBS, who has gone through this, and I don't know, again, I'm not 100% sure on what the charges were with him or what happened, but, they probably reached out to him too and be like, oh, just get a lawyer, fight it. You're going to pay, $100,000 and then it will go away and you'll just go back to doing whatever you were doing.
Right, 100%. It's just a cost of the business that is this scam, for sure. Yeah, dude.
Well, of course, though, they got to live. I mean, everyone knows they're a piece of shit now. But,
right. Bofo Momo, thanks for joining in, by the way. Friend of the show. They were so brazen about it. It makes me wonder if they truly believe they're doing. Awesome. Yeah, he's awesome. It makes you truly. If they truly believe they're doing all this within some loophole, or they found in how they did this, like we never said bye or something like that. Well, did you see the Ultra Calls tweet? He literally just fucking tweeted that. It's somewhere up here. We'll get to, actually, I don't think it is up here. I think I might have not included that one, but he literally tweeted that out. Oh, I quote tweeted, actually. I can show you. I wonder if he deleted it. It's been a minute. Let me go to my Twitter really quick. I quote tweeted it and I was like, yeah, it's right here. He goes, I never have told anyone to buy. And I think this is him. Yeah, that's him. Nobody saw it, apparently. He's got 3 likes and 6 quote tweets. I quote tweeted and I said, LOL. SEC is like, oh, fuck, he's right. He's right. I guess we can't do anything.
Wait, he tweeted that?
Yeah, right here. It was a comment on a different tweet. So Charles V. Payne said, he listed all of them, said they're fucked. And then way down in the comments, Ultra Calls said, I never told anyone to buy. With the okay symbol and 2 fists. Fuck yeah, dude. So I quote tweeted that and I was like, yeah.
Oh wait,
tweeting that from the taxi on the way out of jail.
Yeah.
Wait, what does Hi Guy say under that? Yeah, I want to see what Hi Guy said under that.
Hi Guy?
Can you go back?
Wait, what? Who's Hi Guy?
Go back to Sniper. Yeah. What did he write?
This dude?
I can't. Yeah. The guy with the eye. Yeah, right there. What did he say?
He said this didn't age well.
Any ideas?
Any ideas posted on SM platforms are perfectly legal. It only becomes an issue if someone tells you to buy or sell. There you go. Those are the keywords to avoid all time. There's a big difference in dead company OTC stocks and NASDAQ NYSE. So he's like, he knew what he did, basically. That's so funny. Let's move on to the next slide here. We got so much more for you guys. We haven't even got to the actual postings yet. By the way, guys, about 7 minutes. I run an ad every hour. It's just a minute long. If you guys get gifted a sub, you might get lucky and you can avoid the ad, or you can sub with Prime or for $5. But you don't have to.
You
sub.
corporate shell. You corporate shell.
The broadcast is free, but you just have to experience an ad for a minute. You can get a sip of water or take a pee-pee. Here's another video, guys. Anyone recall this interview with PJ Matlock? Green streak for over a year, trading every single day. Unreal. Let's watch this here. And
I think you got a new subscriber, Commander Berto.
What's that? Oh, he's in the chat? Oh,
I think you got a new sub.
Oh, let's go. Oh, yo, Commando Bertos, thank you for the sub with Prime. Commando Bertos wants to avoid the ads that play once an hour. Palmer's in chat.
Dude, you gotta say your thing though. You always say.
Yeah, you are legendary. Everybody say hello to Commando Bertos.
Palmer, we just played your video, bro. Palmer.
We played it earlier. So Palmer's in chat. He wants to add in saying, yeah, there's actually a gray area too. If they hadn't sold directly into their followers, they would have been way better off both in gains and in charges. Once they sell despite saying they're not, that's when they get real pressure applied. And yeah, so we covered this earlier. I got it somewhere here. I got to see if I can find it. I'm gonna show the tweet in a bit, but essentially that exactly what Palmer just said. Where they messed up was not telling their followings that they were selling the position as they were alerting a buy. Thank you for the gifted tier 1 sub to Palmer. Thank you for the sub, Snack. I appreciate you. So let's watch this video, guys. We can probably get in before the ad plays. It's 45 seconds long. This is PJ on 365 straight green days. Let's go. How do you pull that one off?
I'll talk about that after Bofo, because I saw someone else talking about that. We'll mention that after this clip.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Let's watch this clip here, guys.
80%, 90% green, 90% green. August hit 25%, 30%. It's just, and somehow I stayed green through that.
How did you get? I was about to ask. Yeah.
So yeah, I haven't had a red day, which this is absolutely insane. I know how this sounds. I haven't had a red day since last April. Yeah, I know how that
But
sounds.
you're not trading every day.
I do.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah, every day that I can. And so I have a running
at
tally.
home, understand that is like not.
That's not real.
That's
Yeah,
just,
that's unreal.
That's insane. That's insane.
It's unreal. I know. But June and July, every day, 80%, 90% green.
Well, it's unreal. Of course, it's
August
fucking unreal.
25%, 30%.
So that's the clip, guys. It's absolutely insane. It is unreal because it's not real. Rip. A fake ass tree in the corner just like him. You know what I'm saying? So what did you want to get into, Shark, with Bofo?
Oh, well, Bofo had said, hold on, let me turn down my Twitch. Bofo had said, do you think that Zack will be in better legal shape because he held longer? I don't think so, because he would still continuously post about the stock. So it doesn't matter. He was still, however long he held CIE, it doesn't matter. Like if he sold half of it, a month later, for the month that he held that long, he probably made 50 tweets about it probably. So he was continuously pumping it the whole time.
Right. He's still pumping it, putting those unrealistic targets.
I mean, yeah, if he had sold it and then not said anything about it, I don't know, But also, they might try to go after, and I heard this on another space and they were talking about this. They could try to pin it all on the biggest guy. Now that could be flipped, if someone rats or tries to put heat on another one of the, some of the other co-conspirators. But there could be the situation where the DOJ or whatever want to make an example out of the biggest one, so they come down the hardest on, say, PJ or Zack, to kind of show, okay, and the other ones get less. I don't know. This is obviously all speculation, but that could be true as well.
No, 100%. Yeah, Palmer kind of touched on it, said if he didn't actually dump on his followers, he legit might be okay. But this was a thing before with others as well. Talking to
Yeah, and I'm sure these guys, the DOJ and all them subpoenaed their broker statements probably and everything. So what they released also to the public, like I was saying before, probably isn't. They probably have tons of instances where they did sell into the volume. So they're not going to probably have 80 pages for publicly out there. So they've got it all. So for the one case or the 5 cases that he might have held, there could have been 25 other cases where he was doing day trade selling into the volume.
Right. Didn't we all know they were doing this? Seems like they've been outed multiple times this year. Well, yeah, that's the thing, right? Is they're kind of gaslighting us this whole time, and to have this satisfaction to find out it was all true is pretty sweet, in my opinion. Well, for sure, he did sell into volume with CEI. It was actually stated. No, 100%. Buffalomo says the CEI one is so interesting because the short report was released after one of his tweets and it got dumped. I guess he should have said, I sold immediately, and then he'd be fine. He'd be a lot better off. He'd have more ground to stand on, 100%. But the fact that he didn't, and it was all sort of secretive.
It looks like the Lade Backk mugshot is out.
No, can somebody send that to me? Is that what you sent me, Sunlight?
I'll send it to you. Yeah, I'll send it to you, but I don't know if it's him. It doesn't look like him, but he just looks like the biggest.
Oh, it's fake.
Sleaze bag in this
it's
picture.
Fake.
Is that fake?
Yeah, it's fake.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't look like him.
Okay, we won't show it then. I don't want to show somebody else. Let's go to the next slide here. So this is fucking gold. Okay, this is Goblin Gang. This is their intro trailer to their YouTube channel, and just like this is something else that just hits different after everything coming out. Let's give this a watch here. That ad's gonna hit right now. Sorry about that, guys. It's just a minute long. Let's watch this trailer really fast.
My life be like.
My name is Tommy.
What was that, Shark?
The Revman just goes cringe gang.
Oh yeah. All right, let's watch this clip here.
My life be like.
My name is Tommy. I am from Tel Aviv, Israel. Now I live in Beverly Hills, California. Last year, I turned $3,000 into $4 million.
We used to be broke!
I am a stock trader.
Fuck, MEIP, holy shit.
And I am also the number 61 DJ on the planet. I moved into this big ass house with my best friend Gary to film a bunch of dumb shit for YouTube so y'all could laugh.
What's up, guys? My name is Gary. I moved here from Nashville, Tennessee. She talked me into getting a fucking tattoo of her name on my shoulder. I started trading stocks around 4 or 5 years ago, and I had $500 to my name. It was a rough day, and I lost around 340 grand on the day, and now I've made over $10 million in the stock market. Let's see what these goons do with this shit. It's been a whirlwind out here. I was recently engaged, now I'm not, and California life's a little bit crazy, guys.
Anyway, that's the clip. It makes me sick, bro, just watching that now. Like, I forget what he said there in the middle, but I was like, man, he's like, watch what these goons do with it. Like, that's directly towards the followers. You know what I mean? Gary's head's shaped like Roblox. Oh my God.
Yeah. You too can turn, $500.
Yeah, Palmer says, especially me, man. I legit hung out with them. That's fucking crazy, bro. Like, it makes me fucking sick. And this is what I'm talking about. Like, they seem like nice guys. They seem like cool guys, and they probably were if you were cool with them. But they have zero integrity, and they fuck millions of people, bro. What's up, Shark?
Palmer goes, why is Gary's head shaped like a Roblox?
Yeah. But yeah, what these guys did, and looking back at this stuff now, it's like, holy shit, bro. They're literally saying it directly to us. It's crazy. Gary's from Tennessee. I think he said that, right? I'm shocked the UFC hasn't DMAC'd him for that music too. All right, let's move on to the next slide here. So last night in the Twitter space that I was in this space till like 4 a.m. I was on night shift, so what the fuck is Goblin Gang? That is Gary and Tommy's little group they started. Not little group, it was actually massive. It was a new Discord they started, and it was kind of a stab in the back to PJ, maybe the beginning of the end for Atlas. But here's something really, really interesting that Nola Momo dropped last night as we were in the Twitter spaces listening to him. Nola Momo, he might be listening tonight. Great guy. There's his Twitter. Thank you, Colonel. He used to be a mod for Atlas.
Momo's a good guy.
Really, really great guy. He just wants the best for people. Really just trying to help people out.
Yeah, always, exactly. He always would just be, and I mean, you could see it here. He's just like, PJ says that he's just like, okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to read this to you guys. Rhodes, for context, Rhodes is Rhodessa. And here we go. So PJ Matlock DM'd Nola, and he basically showed him a post that Nola made in one of the trading floors. 24 people said, this, pointing to it. It says, RVPH, Momo called sub $6. No one should chase. Now, one important piece of context to have for the Atlas Trading Discord is that PJ Matlock put in this rule where nobody could talk down about any play that anyone posted in the Discord, even if they were chasing it and they called it way too late and it already ran, and somebody called in the Discord and said, oh, buy this now. Nobody was allowed to talk crap about those plays. And so knowing that context, we can read the rest of this DM. PJ Matlock sent him his own post, and then he goes, have to quit posting stuff like this when others call a play. Doesn't matter where someone else called it or when. Everyone trades differently. Nola goes, Spaghetti and Rhodes called a solid entry. And then PJ says, like I said, it doesn't matter. Nola just says, okay. PJ continues on and says, everyone trades differently and has their own plan, and that's why stocks move. I see you hating on a lot of plays of people saying things, blah, blah, blah. Part of it's cut off. You've even hated on my plays before in the past. And then he said, I get DMs from people who chase and get hit with knives and lose tons of money. And PJ says, that sucks. I get those too. That's part of the game. By the way, what happened to the 365 green days? Anyway, so we try to preach buying at smart levels, says Nola, which is totally legit. And that's the whole point of the stocks education, what Nola was trying to push and show people, like, what even is a resistance level? What even is a support level? That's what you'd consider a smart level, trading Momo. And PJ Matlock, this is my favorite part, says smart levels to you are not smart levels to others. So basically, shut the hell up and just stand in line. And that's what the Discord was like. And that's how PJ ruled that Discord with an iron fist. Stand in line or you get cast aside. Any thoughts on that, Shark, while I just run to the bathroom quickly?
Well, yeah, I mean, just the fact that, you're not wearing, I thought you had a catheter. No, but that's just the kind of the mentality that went into it. I mean, it's crazy that they would try to censor people for saying that, XYZ stock was, not good or wasn't a good call. I mean, just kind of really, a nice kind of screenshot or obviously a nice encapsulation of what kind of was going on there towards the later end, with the censorship or whatever. And like Uhmillion said, it became a lot of a kind of a cult mentality, that comes around with these guys, and even with some of the people that are defending them now, it's hard to believe it, because it's just like you want to believe in these people so bad, I mean, I certainly, when I first looked up trading, I saw the things on YouTube from Warrior Trading, from Ross, from Tim, and, obviously now I know it's all marketing, but, that's how they suck you in, with that information and, that fake lie, because, I mean, any legitimate trader definitely has red days. You know, I mean, even to go a week every day green is pretty damn fucking hard. You know?
It's insane.
It's just not realistic.
And I remember Rhodes and PJ beefing at Atlas over dumb shit. I do remember that. They banned him over like a role, but that's how it was there. Like literally the roles were everything, bro. Like and that's how you control a cult like that. You just give status and meaning to this like fake status.
Yeah, they booted Rodessa for wanting to have his icon as a palm tree.
That's insane shit, bro. Like, let the man just have some fun. He just wants to have some fun, and he couldn't. That's crazy. That rule by PJ is the reason why I left, because I called out their BS plays on the floor and got kicked out. Oh, right. So you call those some bullshit plays. But, hey, that's the rule. You can't, like I said earlier, what we learned from Noel in the space is that you cannot talk shit about anyone's call-outs and the plays. Absolutely crazy. Anything else, Sharp, before we move on to the next slide here?
Well, it was sad, you know, because
100%.
back in the day, you know, back in 2018, I mean, I can't really speak for the main floor because I wasn't on it. Yeah, that is true. They kicked him out because he wanted a palm tree icon. Yeah. There was something special for a little bit. OG Atlas knows. I don't know if Bofo. I don't think Bofo was ever in the scalp room, but it was a family in there for a little bit. It was really great, and you know, you learned a lot. You know, still like you know, but then it just changed. You know, I mean, the Momo room was always fine to be a scalp room.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they didn't do anything like that, but you know, they just you see a fucking bow flag, you fucking take the setup. You know.
Yeah.
But that's a lot different than having a group check, you know, on the side and saying, "Oh, we're gonna do
Exactly."
this
So that was
ahead of time.
That was the other thing that Nola brought up as well. Is he used this program called, I forget what it's called. It's something where you can see basically the backbone of Discords and like almost like the programming, and I think it helps you run Discords as a mod. Anyway, he could see these hidden rooms that he couldn't enter the rooms, but he could see them in the background, and he didn't even have access to them. One was called the trading floor discussion room, something like that. And the other one was called like something like handsome something or other. I forget. It was pretty weird. But there are two secret floors in Atlas Discord that nobody really knew about except for Nola Momo and a few other mods. Colonel, did you try to chime in there for a second? No? Okay.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah,
I
I
heard
was
him.
going to say something about this tweet where he's saying, "I get those knives too," or like,
Yeah.
"You're the cause of the knives."
Right.
Like in the filing, I don't know if it's the voice recording, but something they were saying that they knew, like, oh, I think it was Gary or something. They're like, oh, he's selling. This is why it's knifing, like on the voice recordings that they had. Like they knew what they were doing, obviously.
Right. Yeah, and that's the name of one of the secret rooms that Perch and License posted. It was called Handsome Executives. Like,
Yeah.
fuck?
They would all like they would have these roles based on their looks, you know,
Right.
like handsome, you know.
That's crazy,
I mean,
bro. Let's move on to the next slide here.
You notice they didn't have Big Gong executives.
Right. Yeah. So that's very
Clearly,
telling. That's very, very telling. I was told being on the trading floor, not to post any negative DD on anything.
I mean, Antoine, she's
called.
OG.
Yeah. I know Adeline. Yeah, 100%. I do remember you. I saw you liked one of my tweets. And there you have it, folks. This is new breaking news here. She says, I was told being on the trading floor not to post any negative DD on anything anyone called. 100%. And we talked about that a couple times here. Thanks so much for joining in the stream. I appreciate you. If you have anything to add along the way, feel free to type it in chat.
I don't think Haggy colluded, but he had a big account, and I know that he was able to either take it, he probably was able to take advantage or deuce, but I don't think, I don't think he colluded with them, but, he probably knew what was going on and was able to take advantage because he had a lot of money too.
For sure. I saw your tweets a year ago about how.
Oh, yeah. Antolin made that. Yeah.
Link it.
Made a tweet about that. I remember.
If you have that license, link it. We can check it out. Let's check out this next post here. I think I put this in as, I don't know how much Grant Cardone had to do with these guys, but He posted about it as well, which I just thought was funny. These guys do a masterclass daily on Twitter Spaces. Check it out. And he tags Zach Morris, Ace the Kid, KT Dodge, Christine Barnum, Stratton Oak. This guy was on the space last night. He's full of shit, bro. He's so full of shit. The toilet's fucking jealous, bro. That was crazy listening to him talk. I was like, man.
Yeah, he was. I mean, wow. I can't believe. I mean, wow. I mean, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
props to you for just calling it like it is, because yeah, he was on the Spaces last night, kind of like going in and like, yeah, he was like defending everything, and also like if you look up anything about Grant Cardone, like also too, he's not like the most reputable, you know.
Obviously.
There's a whole people of that, like Grant Cardone. There's another guy, obviously Ty Lopez. He was obviously in. Dan Locke is another one. They're all like, if you just look into like on YouTube, there's all these like videos about people doing exposés on these guys and how they, you know, do all this fucking shit.
And
same thing.
So Stack That Moolah in chat said that must be a paid tweet to Grant Cardone. That's what we don't know about some of this stuff is, you know, how much involvement was there with hidden payments and all this shit. Dan low key my idol. if you want to be an alcoholic,
He's the one that came up with FU money. He wears this red suit. He's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But just check out. There's a great YouTube. His name is Spencer Cornelia, something like that.
Okay.
I follow him. He all he does, and he's kind of the same as have you heard of CoffeeZilla? He's more famous now.
Yeah, CoffeeZilla's great.
Yeah, and I used to follow him back when he first started, and he was doing like he used to have like a country tune as his intro. And now he's all famous and everything, but they all do exposés on these people, you know. But Spencer, I really like. He's always like fucking going after you know, fake sports bettors and stock people, you know, all Grant Cardone, all these kind of, you know. It's pretty interesting, and it's a good watch.
Here's that tweet, by the way. If you guys are interested, put the link out in chat. I won't go through the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot to it.
I remember this. This must have been 2
crazy.
or 3 years. 2 years ago. What's the date on it?
This was 2022, May 27th.
2022.
So pretty recent.
Okay.
Let me tell you how it works, because
I remember this tweet. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I've seen it firsthand from the backstage. Furu1 finds a play he likes and thinks it has potential. Thinks it has potential as in, like, you know, it's like no volume on it or some shit.
Right, yeah. It has the speculation for has potential is it's under a 5 million float.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Shares with Furu number 2. They like it and agree to front load a shit ton while it's cheap. Let's say price times 0.20. And then once they finish loading their big position, they coordinate as to who will make the call. So let's say Furu 2 makes the call. Then 20 seconds later, without even seeing the chart, Furu 1 will say, "Oh my God, this is a super great chart. I'm joining." We've all seen those tweets or posts in the Discord.
Dude, they used to post like that on the fucking main floor all the time.
Oh yeah, bro. I know.
They would be like, "Oh shit," and they would get all hyped up together. You know, you know, basically going like this. You know.
It's insane. Then volume from followers comes in naturally, of course, because you learn to play and you have, you know, 500,000 people at your disposal. As the volume comes in and brings the play to price X 40 cents, they already unloaded at least half their position, 1,000%. But mind you, the first pop happens so fast that no followers can actually sell at that price or even get in at that price. Yeah, and I remember Zach Morris would always say, like, "Oh, wait till after I post it to get it." Sorry, go ahead.
And the other thing is also that you got to realize that these guys are sitting at their computer. They might have tweet stream. They have hotkeys, you know, depending on what broker they're using. They're not that good on tops, but regardless, you know, depending on what broker they're using. Lightspeed, for example, has got great hotkeys. So what's the normal person like, you know, before? I mean, for like over 2 years, I was trading from my work. You trade maybe sometimes from your work too.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people do because we're not, you know, we weren't, you know, this was just like a hobby. We're trying to make it. And there's no way on Toss you can go through all the fucking things and sell that. If you're sitting there on your computer, boom, Control S, boom. Just like within a second, you can fucking sell however much you want. And you can program the hotkeys to how much you want to sell. 25% of your position, 30, 40, 50, whatever. And it just takes literally 1 second to do it. And you're sitting there at work trying to follow these guys, trying to go in through your Robinhood, your Webull, going through, confirm this, confirm that. You're fucked.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, Adlink continues on here.
Oh yeah, they probably set limit orders. Colonel's right.
For sure.
You're definitely right. I mean, I do that too on options. Yeah, you just set it and wait. That way, if it hits, especially too, if you get someone buying on the ask, you can just get that price if you're sitting there.
Zach would always preach buy the morning dip. Yeah, because he's fucking begging, bro. Now you have followers that are sorry. Let me continue on here. So yeah, the followers can't get that price. So then the Furus, having exited most of their position on the pump, cause that pullback on the candle. Now you have followers that are in the red. The Furus reload again on the pullback and keep on pumping. So they literally create their own dip buy. They've created it artificially. They'll talk about how it's going to 2 times what it is right now. This causes FOMO among followers who keep adding and maintaining momentum in the play, so the Furus can keep unloading their shares at 40 cents and 50 cents, which is double what their entry was. Sometimes they load so much that when they sell, they actually kill all momentum. And this is when they start saying they'll swing. Bro, that blows my mind. They do this as to lock back to their followers and claim they are also taking a red. This is a lie. Trust me, they sold most of it on their pump. It happens so often, and trust me, the amount of front loading that goes on is disgusting. And that's how it happens. Very good thread there by Adeline. Check her out, hit her with the follow on Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, we'll go back to the Grant Cardone thing. So yeah, he's promoting their space. Sorry, is somebody trying to speak up?
Zach was in there, but I don't think he was only in there a couple of times.
Okay.
I don't know. I have no idea. I've seen it become very popular.
So
But either way, also, by the way, thank you everyone for coming.
Yeah. Thanks for the turnout tonight, guys. I appreciate it. If you're interested, join in the next stream. I love you. Let's carry on. This is posted by Stock Talk Weekly. He's a really great follow, guys. If you're not following him, by the way, on Twitter.
Yeah, he's good.
He's awesome. Great voice, too. The SEC has filed a suit against Atlas Trading, alleging they made $100 million since 2020 in a stock manipulation pump and dump scheme. Defendants include Zack, PJ, Tommy, Gary, Lade Backk, Ultra Calls, Mr. Dan, and Mr. Hugh. And here is everything that breaks down exactly, what the trial's about. Here's all their names. Here's a summary. If you guys want, I can read all this stuff, but it's all available. We can post this tweet down below as well. There are some good points to.
Antonine's in the room. I don't think she was.
What's up?
Yeah, her directly. Well, I'm reading the chat. Antoine she says was going after Mans in April. I wonder if she was in there.
No,
she's in there.
she's literally watching right now. She's in the chat.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know much about Mans plays personally, because obviously you can mess around with options too. But sometimes you see and I've seen others of one younger trader who probably you might know who I'm mentioning, very young trader who's been very interesting on Twitter to watch, learning these illiquid options. Some of these stock names I don't even know Walgreens and shit where it has 500 volume,
Mm-hmm.
and with these crazy spreads.
You talking about PB? Here he is.
No, Starboy.
Oh yeah, he's a whole other conversation. That's just sad. I feel sad for him, to be honest. PB's at least running a successful scam. Starboy's just begging for money like a homeless person.
Dude, I mean, I could never get like today, for instance, I saw in the last couple of days, Moderna's been running like a mofo for the last 2 or 3 days. I can't trade that. I'm not going to trade that. I'm not going to. The spread is 25 cents. I mean, with 500 or 1,000 volume, You know, I mean, it's just not a trade. It's not a good one.
So Adeline in chat brings up a good point. I completely agree with this. By the way, you can tell by how they kind of rolled it out. She said Manziel was in cahoots with Tommy to pump the small caps that had options. So she was Tommy was involved with Manziel. I think that's very obvious. They were very vocal about him being in the room. And let's be honest, if he was in there just to take calls, they probably wouldn't have said anything. You know what I mean? Or he'd be giving him calls in a different way, text messages or something like that. He wouldn't need to be in the room to get these calls. PB scamming people, I don't know for sure. I guess he was caught paper trading. I don't really know. I didn't look too much into it. We're not really here to talk about that anyway. That's for another day. So let's talk about the details a little bit. Details of legendary CEI pump and dump, in which Mr. Zack Morris made $4.3 million and Lade Backk made $250K. Poor guy. He's down so bad. So this goes into details about specifically.
I mean, 250,000 is still a lot of money, but yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah. But I mean, that's like, a good lawyer's salary in
right
a year, which is now going to go obviously to the lawyer.
So we have the details
here.
Go
3 days to complete the challenge.
And this is where all the funny stuff is, because you can see, so they had an average price of 46 cents, and I believe they sold at like, is this where they sold 47? Average price of 46, bunch of shares, 46. Oh no, this is where they all had averages, so it's all 46, 47. And basically they sold for like pennies, bro, like literally pennies going in raw. Each defendant sold for an average of 48 per share. That's insane to me. So they bought a ton at 46 and 47 and were so bad at trading that it went up 1 cent. And they're like, we got to get out. We got to get out. We got to get out now. That is crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy. that blows my mind more than anything of all this stuff. They literally sold for 2 cents, 1 cent. They're like, we're making bank. I guess maybe they held on to some for 49 cents. Big deal. It's the 2 cent gain. That's crazy. And it looks like they kept getting in and out of CEI as well. So they'd keep buying, so right here. So they bought 48 per share. Sorry, this is more selling at 48. But they'd buy in 48. They sell 49. They buy in 50, sell 51. And that's kind of what they're doing throughout all this stuff. It does feel very surreal. It's kind of like, these guys, we looked up to them, we trusted them. They seemed honest and respectful and nice. And this shit just happens sometimes, and it hurts. It stings. It's a big wake up call. But I think it's almost necessary for FinTwit, because I think a lot of people are losing money on shit like this, and that's why FinTwit was starting to get so negative, because the stock market's impossible. All I do is I follow these guys who are helping me out, and I'm losing all this money, and they're making bank. Obviously, it's going to create some sort of negativity in the space.
Yeah. I mean, it is sad. The small cap world. I mean, I can't speak to it. I kind of just hear, through it on Twitter. But it's been. The pumps, though, and all that hasn't been the same. I think that's more.
Colonel says there's no surprise. I think it depends who you are in the space. For myself, for you, for Shark, I think we kind of saw this coming. For a lot of others, though, man, a lot of people were full into this. They just want to pop on Twitter and take a call and not really learn anything. And so now they're learning in a different way.
Dre, actually, a good friend of mine has a lot of money in lots, and he's in down quite a bit. Unfortunately, a good friend of mine, he's down about 50K or something on lots from PJ calling it out. Yeah,
lots just got delisted.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if he knows that, but yeah.
People lost.
So at this point, he's already considered that money gone, but
right.
And he did add into it a bunch, which was probably not the smartest thing, but.
In my opinion, seemingly at the time, most of these dudes dropped small caps and started options at the same time. Very sus. It was way after FinTwit traders were making the switch. They had a really hard time giving up pumping small caps. No, for sure. Here's some disgusting excerpts in which Oh Hey Tommy and Dip Didi mock the people they're scamming and directly acknowledge the improper, I don't know this word, just making fun of people. So this is a direct quote from Dan. Get caught. We're robbing fucking idiots of their money. What do you think about that, Sharp?
Well, this is what we were saying earlier, that it's just, oh, well, Tommy, same thing. Supposedly, if he came from a car or whatever and like living in his car and all that, that his whole backstory is supposed to be,
right.
Like just like not caring at all about what they're doing or, or the consequences, just crazy. And,
100%.
But that's just that's money, that's greed, that's that's a part of it. Like it's and like you said, the whole image just makes a different world of what you think trading is, and it's just like
Right.
you make enough to survive, you make like a good amount in like a few months when the market's hot or trending, and then like the rest you're just kind of like just sizing down and trying to like treading water. But you only really make a lot of money like in a certain like a few months out of the year, and then you're just kind of like waiting. It's not consistent like all the time like that.
100%. I'm going to read this out to you guys. So Knight is Dan. Cooperman is Tommy Coops. Dan says, get caught. We're robbing fucking idiots of their money. And Tommy goes, it's so funny because I can see like the timeline of these. Like, I get it, the ticker. I send it to Dan. I know Dan's on voice. Dan tells you guys. I see it go up more. Then I send it to Gary, and I see it go up like way more. Then he laughs. My other thing is too is like, all right, if we lose on one of those, we've won like 100. So we got to remember with these Ultra, he's talking about Ultra Calls, the stock sniper. I guess this is his name. With Ultra's calls, they all do the same thing. It spikes, comes down for a second, and then Dan chimes in and says, then the scalpers get out, like Gary gets out. And then we have more over here. Tommy comes back in and says, then it goes fucking bucku. I don't know what that word means. But no, that's not only it. Like when Ultra, sorry, I'm having problems reading this because the names and the brackets and shit. He alerts it, and then like 5 minutes later, all his little minions start like retweeting it and saying added with them. So it like builds the hype back up. It happens every single time. They have their shit down to a fucking science. It's crazy. So this is where it becomes something kind of diabolical and planned out, premeditated. Tommy and Dan, what's up? Go ahead.
And this is the exact illustration of what Atlan said. How they create their own dip, with the scalpers getting out and then the rest feed into it. It's pretty much the blueprint, exactly what you said.
Right. No, exactly. Buku basically means bananas. I got you.
Yeah, Buku. I think that's like Thailand. Like
I've never heard that before. So Cooperman and Knight, Dan and Tommy and others were watching DTT's stock price.
Or Vietnam.
Okay. And volume in real time during that conversation. So this was actually a live recording. Somebody was a snitch and recorded their Discord voice, and that's how they got all this stuff in such great detail. An unidentified individual exclaimed, what? Unidentified individual? Do you think that's the person who fucking turned it in and they're trying to protect him? Anyway, it says, wow, big dump. Cooperman, aka Tommy, then commented that he understood that at least one of the primary defendants, Ultra Calls, was dumping at that moment. He stated, I can like see them in my head coming out of the candle, like laughing. Dan responded, another bang a call, guys, referring to the promotion. Dan went on to make fun of Ultra Call's followers who were losing money as Ultra Call's share dump crashed the stock price. And this is a quote by Dan. All of Ultra Call's followers are like, oh, yo, we can't sell today. I don't have any day trades left. He's making fun of them and laughing. The group continued to mock Ultra Call's followers, playing one of the role of Ultra Call's followers, so pretending to be a follower, saying, oh, is this a swing? And they're laughing. And Dan continued on, please be a swing. And another, whatever this word is, recorded Discord call on February 24th, 2021, involving Dan, Tommy, and others. Dan acknowledged that
eliciting laughter.
Eliciting laughter. There it is.
Hard to see.
The primary defendants were engaging in market manipulation and explained why he posted few recommendations on Twitter and Atlas and the primary defendants. And this is what he said. The less I mentioned
Because, bro, I was the guy saying I had no day trade left. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but that's not right. Don't take a fucking day trade if you don't have any. You gotta know that.
Yeah.
But that's happened to me before. Back in the day,
sure.
I've like taken a trade on like Robinhood when I first started, and then I didn't realize I was over. I was like,
this is mind blowing. My brain stopped harder than usual. I know, bro. I know. So this is what I believe Dan continued to say here. Dan acknowledged. Yeah, okay, this is Dan. It says, the less I mention a stock, the less likely I get involved whenever all of Atlas gets a class action fucking lawsuit. I'm playing this extremely smart. Okay,
wait.
sure.
Oh my God.
For the long term, if you don't think all of these fuckers go to jail or at least get sued, you are crazy. Playing stupid does not work in court. It's market manipulation. I mean, you look up the definition of market manipulation, and then it cuts out, but I assume he said,
I can't believe he said that.
Isn't that
What a
fucking
idiot.
insane, bro?
So stupid. So stupid.
It's
what
insane.
A fucking idiot. Yeah, well, Zhu Ying saying Henny deleted 12,000 tweets in the last 3 hours.
That's
he's been tracking all
there.
their gurus' Twitters recently. He's been posting all the deleted ones.
Who's been?
I'll post it. Hold on.
Okay.
You know who it is. He's in chat.
Oh, is that the guy you at there?
It's
this guy.
Yeah. How do you say his name?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm afraid to say.
Okay. I don't know how to say
I think
it.
it's Ji Ying or Zhu Ying.
Is he in chat?
But we just call him Hi.
Yeah,
He's a legend, man. He's
good.
Really,
he's doing.
Yeah, he was in Atlas large caps for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He's legit.
You non-white people.
Yeah. Was I close at all? He just asked us to call him Hi Guy. I mean, I've known Hi Guy since almost I started trading. I've known him since what? I mean, it must have been 2018.
Yeah.
Even though I'm white as fuck.
This is fucking crazy though. Like this is crazier than him just making fun of followers. Like he's literally saying exactly what's taking place right now. And I kept bro.
I mean, what was he thinking?
It's crazy, bro. He literally they were calling it before anybody. They're like, we're gonna go to jail, and they thought they were joking, but they were right, and not for the reason they thought. It's so crazy.
I want to know where if they stash money in the Bahamas or something. I mean, they had to have. How do you not?
Right.
Well, I mean, I don't know about Dan considering the comments he made, but maybe Zack or PJ. Zack and PJ were neighbors, so they might have.
Dan obviously never made money from any of this. He was just living off Zack's private jets. That's what he was doing.
Yeah. But they could have set up some type of a LLC or something in the Caymans or in one of those areas. And then
Colonel Chris is calling you out about pumping CEI.
I know he's always on me. He's always on me for it.
So here's the full article, I guess, about everything we've been seeing so far. We've seen the screenshots and stuff. I have more coming up. I don't think we need to jump into this, but I'll drop it in the chat if you're interested to read a little bit more. Type ones in chat if you're enjoying the stream so far. I think this is probably the best coverage of this that we've had in video form. So I'm having a blast here. This is really, really interesting stuff. The FBI. What?
Yeah. Well, Moth is making fun of me because I was trying to learn about more spreads and stuff. And I was in CIE and I sold some puts or I sold something on CI, and then I actually got assigned the shares because I didn't know what I was doing. I was so pissed.
I'm going to carry on here. The FBI Houston office revealed this morning that it has indicted all 8 Atlas members for securities fraud. There are now criminal implications in addition to civil. Zack Morris faces up to 35 years in prison, while the other members face up to 25 years. And we'll kind of look at that here a little bit. At least 5 of 8. This is kind of old news as well. This is 6 hours ago. We're going to get to some updated stuff in a second. indicted Atlas members have been arrested on criminal charges according to Federal Bureau of Prisons. So Lade Backk was arrested in Miami. Tommy and Gary were arrested in Los Angeles. And PJ and Dan were arrested in Houston. Interesting that they haven't gone for a Hugh yet. And there's others as well. I guess Zack Morris wasn't arrested yet at this point. Yo, thanks for the 15 months, Brandon. I appreciate you. Update: they have all been arrested. So yeah, so this is very shortly after that tweet. They all got. All defendants are arrested, and case should be unsealed as to Edward. This is Zack Morris. That's his real name. PJ, Ultra Calls, Gary. Who the hell is Stefan? I don't know if I know who that is. Tom, Hugh Henney, and Dan. Who's Stefan? Who's this guy?
That's Lade Backk.
Oh, that's Lade Backk. Oh, okay. I didn't know his real name. Anyway,
well, it was funny. One of my friends posted the Lade Back's wife was the real winner. She's gonna get the money, and she got the citizenship.
Wasn't Zack in Mexico? How did they catch him? No idea. The SEC charged Zack Morris and other Fin Twitters with security price manipulation, $100 million in fines. Key list of things not to do based on the filings. This is advice for anyone looking to pump and dump in the future. There's just one piece. Non-disclosed dumping. There's actually a few pieces. We'll read it out. Non-disclosed dumping. Selling stock you promoted without informing followers you have done so. Okay, that's piece number one. If you want to be a pumper. Number two, deleting the deed. Removing evidence of you're selling a stock you're promoted to build trust with your followers. So you can't delete evidence. Number three, flexing, implying financial advice. Highlight dollar P&L, wealthy lifestyle, and victory lapping trades to convince your followers you're providing financial advice. You banked it with me. Nice, man. It's an example of things to say, I guess. Number four, show intent to pump. Having a disclaimer, but then A, saying your tweets move securities, and B, discussing your intent to move stocks via tweets or provide financial advice, which I guess they all did that at some point. Five, a key quote on disclaimers. The defendants each included on their Twitter accounts that they were not providing stock recommendations or financial advice, but they intended for their followers to act on their promotional tweets and understood their followers would do so, right? And that's where they get you. Probably most relevant to much of the wine/mansion posting here, the SEC specifically noted lifestyle pictures, mostly Lambos, donating wealth as an implied this is financial advice, quote unquote. Kind of wonder how six-figure NFT profile pics fit in here, but I digress. Whatever. I don't know why he's talking about NFTs. Number six, privately discuss your scams. So we saw that already. Number seven, make outrageous claims, then sell. Eight, what? Speak like Vin Diesel in Boiler Room. Every quote in the SEC docket highlights a tone privately or publicly suggesting a desire for short-term gains and not fundamental due diligence or basic seriousness. Interesting. Coordination with others as well. Sorry, go ahead, Shark.
Well, no, I just want to chime in on what the chat was saying here. He goes, none of them are genuine with their technical analysis. Yeah, I remember. I can't remember. I think it might have been AHT where it was like a giant Head and Shoulders that was so obvious. You know, it just needed to break the neckline, and he was still posting about that. It was like it looked great and all this. You know, and it was just like the daily just looked like the biggest piece of shit. I was just like, how? Like, what is this guy thinking? Like,
yeah.
It was ridiculous.
Yeah, Colonel says, remember Zack's NFT project. Oh my God, dude. So I wonder if he's getting a shit for that as well. Number 10, discuss low float penny stocks. Just generally, virtually all the securities bought up in the piling were low float penny stocks or clear cut examples where the price would be attributed to social posting. None of this is legal advice, but that's kind of how it reads. So here's the recap. A, do not use followers as exit liquidity. B, do not collude or provide early signals to friends. C, do not discuss the materiality of your statements to price action privately or publicly. D, do not flex or entice others to do your trades. And E, just don't lie. Just don't be a piece of shit. So yeah, we saw this already. They were arrested. I guess Zack was bailed out already. This is something that I wanted to talk to you guys about. It seems like a lot of people are suspecting Ripster or Incredible Bob
No.
kind of tipped them off. Who snitched and got $20 million? I also heard that this $20 million reward might not be attached to this case. It might be something unrelated. So I don't know if anyone actually got $20 million either. I don't know if this has been confirmed or not. That I don't know. Yeah, Master Fever NFT, that was the one. Trev thinks RCB. He did kind of disappear. I'm not sure. What do you guys think in chat? Was there $20 million awarded to a whistleblower? And who was it?
Right. Well, I think we did. I think the chat landed on Ripster.
Yeah,
when we
I think
did the poll.
a lot of people are saying that. It's very torn, though.
I go more with Bob, but I mean, it could be. The other poll that I ran, which might be interested, who would be the most likely to rat and turn on the other people? So maybe we want to throw that one up.
Yeah.
Who would rat? Would it be Ultra, Hugh, Mac, Tommy?
You posted that last night, right?
Well, yeah, I didn't actually. Twitter doesn't let you add as many people as there were indicted, but we had 32% for Zack, we had 38% for Hugh, 6% for Mac, 24% for Tommy, but I couldn't get the rest of them in there. Dan or Hugh might be my guess, but we should put it up here. Well, I'd love to see what the chat thinks.
I think he would turn on everybody first, to be honest. I think he has a good heart deep down. And so he'll
Dan?
I think he doesn't want to be involved in this at all, and I
well,
can
at
see him
this
turn
point-
on.
I don't know, dude. I mean, the transcript that we read, I don't know.
That's
I
true.
don't think
Dan
they
was
need
funny
anyone
for
else
like
to
3
turn.
months.
They have everything they need. They
Yeah,
got
100%.
voice recordings.
I know,
Why
but
would
they're always
anyone
trying to
turn?
offer deals. They're always trying to get more info.
That's true.
I could see Hugh. Yeah.
That's
Not under 50%.
yeah. I can see that, but I don't think like Colonel said. I don't know how much more they need. You know what I mean? But
Right.
all right. Hugh's mom is a cop. I thought. Oh fuck. Okay, here's another video for you guys. I know you guys are loving the videos tonight. This is just funny, bro. I just had to include this because it made me laugh. This is Zack Morris and the Twitter Pump It Up gang after the SEC caught up with them, just kind of for a laugh here. Obviously, it's from a movie, but. You can see like the credits rolling.
Good song though.
Banger song. It's gonna get claimed now, but that's okay. Oh man, yeah, it's just so funny, bro. So here's Guru Leaks. Okay, SEC charge pumping number Zack Morris, Atlas Trading. Here's a funny tweet here that he tweeted December 14th. This was just the other day. What day is it even today? It might have been yesterday. My phone's not showing me. Oh, he tweeted today. Hey, at least you guys saw I actually held my positions like I said I was. And then this is the before and after. Reiterated.
Yeah, but it says in the indictment that he sells on CIE.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Right here. So yeah. So you can see obviously right here, where he kind of contradicted himself. And there you go. This tweet has been deleted. So
yeah, that's a great song, Grace. Yeah, lady.
That's a fire song. This is just confirming more. We kind of saw this already. 6 out of 8 arrests now executed. So far, neither Hugh or Ultra have been listed, detained in federal facility, but updating records can be a slow process. So here is the records. There's Tommy. This is Gary. Stuck in your head now, isn't it? Here's
let's stack them.
Margaret Rubin was posting some good stuff here. The DOJ is going after Atlas Trading for securities fraud. Max 25 years in prison, plus return of.
Gary's not 38.
What's that?
No, Gary's not 38. I'm also responding to the chat. So.
Oh, yeah, you're good. 25 years, max 25 years in prison and return of $114 million in pump up gains. Let's dig in. She posts this clip here. I don't know exactly where she got the excerpt from. I'm sure she posted somewhere.
This is from the DOJ report that came out.
Got you. So all defendants are charged with one count of conspiracy to commit securities fraud. Additionally, I don't even know how you say his name. Konstantin? Anyway, Zack Morris is charged with 3 counts of securities fraud and 1 count of engaging in monetary transactions in property derived from specified unlawful activity.
Right. That's why they got all his properties. It's the same thing as if you're a drug dealer and you got like a bunch of cars and houses from selling coke.
Right. Exactly. And we're going to get into that in a second. Matlock and Deal. Is Deal Ultra Calls? I don't know who Deal is. Are both
that's Gary.
That's Gary? Okay. So you PJ and Gary are both charged with 5 counts of securities fraud. Ultra Calls is charged with 4 counts of securities fraud. Lade Backk, Tommy, and Hugh Henney are each charged with 2 counts of securities fraud. The defendants made their initial court appearances yesterday. Interesting. If convicted, each defendant faces a maximum penalty of 25 years in prison for conspiracy to commit securities fraud, and each charged count of securities fraud, Konstantin, which is Zack Morris, also faces a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison if convicted of engaging in unlawful monetary transactions. A federal district court judge will determine any sentence after considering the U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. You have anything to add to that?
It's all written there, plain as day.
Mm-hmm. This is the continuation of it. Ringleader, Zack Morris has to forfeit all of his 10 properties. Here's the document for that. I don't think this is doxing because it's public knowledge, and he doesn't live there anymore. He had to give them up. So he lost all his properties. They're all, these crazy houses, bro. Look at this house. That's actually fucking wild. That is a crazy house.
Oh my God, look at that.
Must be nice, eh? Right on the river too. Damn. You probably get some good fish in there. Shit. That's nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's not nice. Like, it's all based. I mean, how can you just, it's just kind of crazy. How do you have that house and just known it's just made from fucking doing that to people?
Right. No, 100%. Yeah, you're sitting in that mansion and you just know that people are struggling to feed their children. You know what I mean? And you have to live with that every day. Like it's fucking insane. Penny Blaine is one of the most genuine people I ever talked to. Okay, he's responsible.
No, case up. It doesn't work like that. It's 25 times each. If they get charged on, they would likely serve the sentences at the same time. So,
right.
They wouldn't be doing. PJ wouldn't be doing 75 years.
Yeah, Chris, that would be $40 million in Toronto. It might be more than that. So as this was taking place last night, all of a sudden, the Atlas Discord, which I was in before they started doing this. Last night I was in Atlas Discord. It's actually where I got a photo for one of the memes I posted later on that I'm going to show you guys. I have a whole section for memes. Don't worry. We're going to have a good laugh in a little bit. Atlas Trading is currently nuking their Discord. Our fellow over here, Odd Diligence, doing his due diligence, got some screenshots of them just deleting everything mysteriously last night. Crazy. Almost like there's something to hide. So you see everything is deleted. Even the announcements, everything is just gone. And I believe the Ascord is the Ascord. I just said the Discord is deleted as well. What's an Ascord, Shard?
Was it what?
I don't know. I said Ascord by accident. Okay, so Profit Maker, he's actually a friend of the show. Said, yep, Atlas took down their Discord, or the feds did it for them. Potentially, maybe. Zack Morris and the Atlas crew will be singing the Jailhouse Blues. That scumbag Lade Backk was my least favorite of all. What a worthless goof he was, the way he presented himself. No stranger to jail, I bet. Jesus. Anyway, here's how the Atlas Discord looked. Ascord is Canadian anal beads. I didn't say Ascord. Delete that. So here was the I think it's because I was trying to say Atlas Discord and I just combined the words. So here's the Ask.
Well, they used to have an ass bot. They used to have an ass bot in Atlas. You would type .ass and it would, because there used to be a Twitter, there was a Twitter page, AskBot Daily. One of my personal favorite Twitters. No, dude, back in the day when this was around, I would like their posts because I would follow them. And sometimes people would DM me and be like, dude, you have to stop liking these ass fucking pictures because I go on Twitter and then it says, Shark liked this picture and it's like a picture of a girl. He's like, dude, I'm opening Twitter around my wife, and then he gets in trouble because there's a I'll go and tell him that I like something.
That's so funny. The biggest self-report, eh? Damn, they had 39 boosts too. Rip. Must be nice. So they're deleting their Discord in real time just last night. There you go.
Ambulance! Call an ambulance!
But not for me.
But not for me.
If you delete, we must retweet. SEC charged stock pumper and dumper and self-proclaimed CEO of FinTwit, PG Matlock, Atlas Trading. And so right after the Discord deleted itself last night, either by feds or PJ himself, he deleted his Twitter or deactivated it. Either way, he's not on Twitter anymore. He has done this in the past. He's a bit of a crybaby. He'll block you for, saying you didn't like a stock or some shit, or just saying you didn't like his McLaren. He'll probably block you. And he's deleted Twitter a few times. So I don't know if this was taken down or if he did it. He probably just did it because he's a bit of a baby. And then, so Guru just was posting this again. This was his Twitter before that. 341,000 followers. I wonder if his Instagram is still up. That's interesting that he even
someone said on his Instagram that he put in his bio, we're like out of the office until further notice or something. That's his new updated bio.
Oh, okay. Out of the office. Should have been in the jail yard. Looking to pump in jail now. Zach Morris, Mr. Zach Morris and Atlas Trading just got sued by the SEC for manipulating stocks. He's a handful of stocks, which he heavily shields. So here's a little bit of list. You guys might have some PTSD from this, but you have Wish, SNDL, DATS, and AHT. Dan had this to say about his followers. So I wanted this to sink in for you guys. Get caught robbing fucking idiots of their money. That's what he thinks of you guys, just so you know, if you didn't know. Zach Morris, of course, was still tweeting through all this. It looks like this tweet is still up. He's just making fun of it. The movie will be sweet, he says. So.
Oh, I thought he deleted it.
He might have. I didn't refresh this page yet. It could be deleted now, but I have everything. Okay, this is a fucking safe over here. We have it all. Only on 100 million stream. Subscribe, follow, like, comment. But so he's making fun of the whole situation, of course, because he has the biggest god complex on the planet, and he doesn't give a fuck about anybody. So he's going to say stuff like this, of course. Perch Perkins, shout out, Perch. Hilarious. Here's Atlas. And this SpongeBob
Perch,
meme.
that's good.
Yeah, this is awesome.
Perch, that's good.
Is there volume to this? Yeah. I love that a lot. So I wanted to point this out as well. Timothy Sykes, all day today and yesterday.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say that. Yeah. But he's shady as fuck too. I mean, he used to do the same shit, but they had a whole beef, And I was gonna mention that. I was like, I wonder what Tim is saying,
All day fucking long, this guy's promoting his Discord. Get in the Tim Sykes room. Oh my God, bro. I was dying. If you scroll down Tim Sykes' feed, it's all just promos for his room, talking shit. It's hilarious, bro. It's hilarious. This is Tim Sykes' big W moment. Rare W for Tim Sykes.
Yeah. Exactly,
so fucking funny, bro. Is it expensive too?
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I mean, I was thinking. Well, yesterday I was thinking of doing a tweet someone should check in on Guru because they might be having like a 30-minute long orgasm. That they might never come out of.
Right. Right.
But Tim Sykes is another one. Yeah.
It's so funny, man.
No, he's. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much he was involved Tim Sykes in pumping, but I'm he knew how to recognize it and he would take advantage of him.
Oh, sure.
But of course he's got a big following and he's got a lot of people in his trade room too. Yeah. But so this is almost the pot calling the kettle black, which is already, you know, a little black already. Like maybe just like not as black. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, who knows? Because he could just pump on. You know, it might be worse for Tim Sykes because people pay him to be in his room, and then he dumps on the people that are paying him. So it might be a double. Tim Sykes might be worse. You know?
Yeah.
It's like
No,
a double
100%.
fuck. It's like a double fuck you.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
you know, he finally got something.
But you know what Tim Sykes doesn't have? He doesn't have ads that play once an hour on the hour for a minute long. And that ad is about to play in 3 minutes. And so if you guys want to avoid the ads, you can sub, or if you're lucky, get gifted a sub or sub with Twitch Prime. Anyway, that's going to play in 3 minutes. How is that for a transition for the ad? Pretty good. You guys can rate that out of 10. What were you going to say, Shark?
I know Sykes is the normie trader splinter. I wonder, like, they can't hear us over the ads, huh?
The people who are subbed can. 6.75 out of 10. That's not bad. Don't worry. It'll be over before you know it. It's a good chance to get a water or take a pee break. So now I want to get into some. So essentially, guys, that is what
I wonder
took
if
place.
Cam the man said anything.
I don't know. Can somebody dig that up? So
you don't want to refresh because you have all your tabs.
Yeah, these are all saved, so I don't know if stuff got deleted or whatever. We can check that out in a second. Give us the commercials. It'll be back the commercial will be hitting in 2 minutes. Hey, Cherokee, thanks for the gift sub. Congratulations to Swit. You are legendary. So
there it is. That's your whole hook, bro. I told you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh wait, here Cam the man. Let's see if he said anything.
So here is we're kind of getting into some sort of jokes now and some interesting things here. So this is Default Trades. He was on the space last night as well. Just kind of calling out Ripster a little bit. Why did you take CEO of Atlas out of your bio? So as you can see on Ripster's account, which is still active, and he's still doing his thing, he took out CEO of Atlas. Very interesting. So you love to see it. Still in his header though? Oh, yeah. Oh shit. It is still in his header. That's embarrassing. He's going to have to get rid of that. So I found this really interesting as well. And I think this is a good talking point for us too, Shark. So this is John Trades, NBA. I couldn't find this tweet. I'm not sure if he deleted it. Okay.
Right.
But he said, did you send this to me? You might have sent this to me.
Yeah.
You did. Yeah. So lawyer has advised me to no longer post alerts on Twitter until I obtain a Series 65. All accounts over 500 followers are capable of pump and dump schemes regardless of what ticker they trade, SPY included. What are your thoughts on that, Shark?
You know, I think probably everyone would probably need to do their own, you know, get their own counsel, you know, and I was asking about that, but also you could buy 500 followers on Twitter, you know, and, you know, can you manipulate now? If you're alerting SPY on shares, can you manipulate it on Twitter? I mean, maybe, you know, it's certainly possible. I mean, it doesn't take as much money as people would think. As far as the illiquid options, yeah, definitely. I mean, if someone's alerting, like, you know, like I said, you know, I don't know, I guess CVS or what. I mean, I don't even know some of these companies because I only trade like the same stocks like SPY and Meta and Tesla. You know, I only trade like stocks that have a lot of volume on the contract. So, but if you're doing that, then, you know, because then you can definitely move and you know, I don't know if High Guy's in here anymore. Oh, a lot of people are coming in here now. I don't know if High Guy's still in here, but he had called out a bunch of these people for pumping these illiquid ones, and he would just show the volume come up and.
Right.
I don't know if the SEC would care. I mean, if it's market it's not. I don't know if it's I mean, it's still market manipulation. So. You know, would they care? Yeah, probably. I mean, is it the same as having like a ring that's actually manipulating the underlying? I don't know.
Right.
Not for me to really say.
And
but what was up with that? We had 20 people come in and then they just disappeared. That was weird.
Yeah, Twitch does that. When you have a high viewer count on Twitch, it fluctuates like crazy. But I'm wondering, like like these guys are obviously
He's
getting
a
nervous.
pump. The room, we're pumping the room.
Yeah, we're pumped. We're getting pumped. Room's heating up. Crack the drinks. So where does it end? And do you think this isn't the end? Do you think Atlas is not the only group that's going to go down? Do you think maybe the rest of Ultra Calls group's going to go down?
Ultra Calls, is that room open still?
I haven't checked, to be honest with you, because who's in that room?
I don't know. I'm not in there. Yeah.
We got Singles and Doubles in there. He's been on my interview show.
Right. Yeah, no, he's in there, and I don't know. He's always seemed like a real, stand-up guy, and always preaching risk management and stuff. So he's always seemed like a good person to me. But
chat's confirming that the room is still open, so I find that interesting. Maybe his room didn't have as much to do with it as he did specifically. I could see that taking place, or he deleted his dedicated Ultra channel in there. Okay, I got you. So they still have the room, the Discord rather, but just his channel has been removed. I guess because he's tied up in all this, but maybe his room isn't. Guys like Singles and Doubles wasn't involved behind the scenes in some of this stuff, and so it wouldn't be, I guess, fair to take down everything. But I just think it's interesting. Like, are they just going to make an example of Atlas and try to shake everybody up and discourage this type of manipulation and scamming? Or do they keep going? Is this just the beginning? Are they going to go after guys like John Trades? Are they going to go after guys like, what's his name, Starboy, and these types of traders as well? Who knows?
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I think that their eye is definitely more, or probably more on, Twitter more than ever now. But I guess time will tell. I'm not sure.
And yeah, that's an interesting point too. Colonel says they need to take down the paper traders. I would imagine they probably can't.
Right. Well, I was talking to my friend about this. Now, yeah, you can say you got the paper trader is like a fake natty. Kind of like I made a tweet yesterday about the people that's like Liver King. I don't know if you know that guy.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
Yeah, he was all on roids, saying he wasn't on
what a
steroids, eating liver, and then he was, of course, he was on roids.
Of course.
So he's selling a product under a fraudulent, premise, or people that are actually manipulating the market. I mean, obviously, it's, I guess, how are you going to pick between the lesser of two evils? It's kind of
right.
They're both evil at the end of the day. So, that's kind of,
I expect the SEC can't catch them all. It obviously sends a warning shot. No, for sure. 100 million, that's First Amendment malicious intent argument that no lawyer or government would take. Malicious intent and fraud is illegal. I think it's because the sheer amount of followers too. You don't get 100 milli through fraud without a massive following. No, 100%. I don't know if it would be the same thing if like you're dumping your paper shares and doing call-outs. Is that the same thing? I don't know. So we'll move along here. So so this is what I think is really interesting, and I want to hear your opinions in the chat. What you guys think about this? This is the other side of the opinions that I've seen on Twitter. So this is a Zack Morris and PJ defense. This guy's coming to the defense of them, and he's saying, no, they shouldn't be looked at. So he says, so the SEC will charge Zack Morris, PJ Matlock, and company for manipulating stocks, but they won't concern themselves with hedge funds that are doing it on a scale that affects the entire market as a whole. I hate this place, which is a fair point, but I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, of course, he's an AMC and GME tinfoil hack person,
So you got this down here.
These people, so that should be a good contact, because this guy's bag holding AMC and GME, and now for his own stupid, that pump has gone and that ship has left.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, that's, I saw a couple of people saying that, they're going to go after the small people, because think about it, I mean, 100 million, yes, that's a lot of money, but if you consider like a big fund, I know like some people were talking about Citadel, which, of course is a big hedge fund, and they've been charged, a lot, and 100 million is like a walk in the park for these people, I mean, they're dealing with a lot, or JP Morgan, they've been implicated before in manipulating the silver market and commodities. So, you know, it's, you know, and these people also get a slap on the wrist, you know? So, you know, do they just want to come down on the small guy? You know,
I also,
maybe,
yeah,
you
so
know,
I completely agree.
Or Nancy Pelosi, you know, and all that stuff, how they
100%.
all get the insider tips, you know.
Yeah, Dowdy Dimps just mentioned that in the chat. I think for the SEC, it's easier to catch people like this than it is to catch businesses that are using loopholes or people who are insider trading, covering their tracks professionally. Guys like Zach Morris, Lade Backk, PJ, Dan, all these guys, they're just idiots and they're just degenerates. They're sloppy with it. You don't see these hedge funds adding the SEC because they just loaded a pump play that they're openly talking about. You know what I mean? You don't see stuff like that. They're doing it in other ways that are more creative and harder to track. And fine, obviously we know that it's happening, but I think it's a lot harder for those people to go down. Whereas, you know, like Zach Morris, PJ, they're just regular retail traders. That is way easier for them. And because it's a $100 million, that's like, you know, close to hedge fund level. Well, maybe it's not, but it's a lot of fucking money. And so they're saying,
yeah, no, it's definitely, yeah, I think it's close. Yeah, it's up
must
there.
be,
You know,
right?
I mean, it's not something that, but you know, but here's the thing, because I was thinking about that too when I was saying, oh, if they get banned from the markets, could they trade crypto? Because crypto
Right.
is still, because Kelly Trades here is talking about Elon pumping Dodge and Bitcoin. But crypto is kind of it's still the Wild West to a lot of degree. So
100%.
I don't know if it comes under the same, although I have heard of some people getting in trouble for those crypto pumps as well. So, but I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't trade crypto, so I just don't know 100% like what the,
right.
But as far as I know, it's unregulated. So I don't, you know, I don't.
Yeah, no, for sure. And Chair Kitty, just to touch back on the Discord stuff, hedge funds are on Discord getting sloppy, 100%. Kasim says SEC only chases low-hanging fruits because it's hard to spend plenty of money and plenty of years for an unresolved lawsuit against big hedge funds. All the fines against hedge funds are so far are basically business costs for while they make bigger profits through loopholes. FinTwit pumpers are easy targets for the SEC to chase down. That's exactly what I was trying to say. This is much easier, and that's all it really comes down to. And they're going to save a lot of money and make a lot of money potentially just going for these guys instead.
Right. And we'll see what the funds, if they actually get out of jail. I mean, obviously they've got the money, you know, probably. I don't know how it's going to work. Like, can they pay for high, you know, really expensive lawyers using the money that they got from the illegal scheme? Like,
Right.
you know, so I don't know what kind of defense they'll be able to incorporate. I'm not sure how that works. But they also might have that same thing, like what Kasim was saying. You know, they might just consider it the cost of doing business. You know, they might have to pay what, 100,000 or $1 million, or out of 100 million collectively, or whatever. Then they might just say, okay, fine. You know,
Yeah.
I'll take it, and I'll just go on.
No, exactly. The SEC is not going to go after banks. They are the banks for sure. So the other defense that I've been seeing a lot, and I want to hear your take on this, Shark, and anyone in chat, I would love to hear what you guys say as well, or what you guys think about it. So I've been seeing a lot of this from various posts under Zach Morris's latest tweets that are now deleted, but they're saying the other defense is that
Ripster is trending now.
Oh yeah, did something happen? But,
well, I don't know, but in the last, I got my trending things now are Zach Morris, Atlas, and Ripster.
Oh shit! Okay, we'll have to check that out. But one of the defenses I'm seeing is that the followers who are taking these calls shouldn't be so stupid, or they're being stupid if they lose money on them and it's their own fault. And I'm curious to see or to hear what you guys think about that. Like, is it the people taking the call outs? Is it their fault, as Zach Morris would state and PJ would state, or is it not? Did they not stand a chance? Because in the documents that we covered earlier, I mean, it clearly breaks it down and shows that they were selling into these buy alerts. And how can you not be an idiot if you know?
Well, I think Zack would also try to make that plausible deniability where he's just like, "Oh, you're following stock tips from a TV show sitcom character,
Yeah.
Don't be fucking stupid, trying to be like, so.
Right. So obviously, a lot of memes came out of this. That's kind of the story in a nutshell, guys, and some discussion about that. A lot of memes came out of this. Obviously, I'm going to show you guys some. So this is Atlas.
Well, you had a good one. The one that you sent me in the DM, I said, dude, you got to tweet that one. That one's cool.
I got that one coming
We'll
up.
get to that. Oh, God. Oh, this is a good one.
So here's find out and fuck around. And Atlas is in the middle. I love this. This is so good, bro.
Oh, that was Samson. Oh, yeah.
How's there no
He was
likes
an
on
OG
this?
from Atlas, too.
there
He
is.
left. He left, and
Okay.
I speak to him up, and he used to be in there, and
yeah, negative trade equals stupid. That's
and then he was out.
Yeah. So here's Zack Morris in prison. Obviously, it's that AI art, but I saw this. I was like, Jesus.
Oh my God,
that's brutal. Here,
those faces. What is up with those faces?
Right. So this was pretty funny too. I don't know if you guys remember the famous mugshot of PJ Matlock when he went to jail the first time. But here's that face. He's gonna have that face again, but a little more tattoos, maybe some bigger shoulders. But he's probably gonna look this.
That was
stunned,
before all the steroids that he got.
Yeah,
right. That doesn't even look like him.
Who is this
well,
man?
Obviously, his hair fell out because of the roids.
Right. No, obviously, yeah. That's why he's wearing a hat all the time. So anyway,
he does look like a crackhead. Big
time. I don't know why he was arrested the first time. Maybe it was drugs. I have no idea.
I think it was a DUI.
Oh, okay. That's PJ Small.
I mean, that's it.
Jesus Christ. Here's another one. Just a picture of Dan with a quote. We're robbing fucking idiots of their money. Classic quote. It's gonna go down in history from Dan Deity of Dips. We've got
with the ever classy deep V-neck T-shirt.
Yeah.
Be the first red flag.
Right.
If you ever see someone with a deep V-neck like that, you gotta be like, no, I'm out.
As soon as you see this, if you can't see the end of that V-neck shirt, you gotta get out. You gotta get out. You cannot be trusted, bro. Is that a Russian soldier? PJ looks like if you ordered him from Wish.
PJ looks like you ordered from Wish.
So Nolan Momo posted this. This is the self-report of the century, okay? Gary literally posted this, unironically. And it's it's Tommy in a cage. And he goes, when the SEC finally arrests this motherfucker, oh hey Tommy. And how painful it is now looking back at this. That is so funny.
Wow.
And like I kept saying, these guys were calling this shit like a year ago. They're very honest about it, straight up. He's like, bro, we're gonna go to jail. It's crazy looking back at this stuff now.
Yeah, they didn't. I mean, they obviously didn't think. I mean,
they were so above the law at this stage, right? Full circle.
Yeah, it's gone full circle.
That Gary post makes me really believe they were skirting the letter of the law somehow. Oh, 100%, bro. Like, they fucking know what they're doing. They're literally posting, like, they're mocking the SEC all the time. You don't mock the SEC all the time and have this level of God complex if you're a straight shooter not breaking the law.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. Here's one from Jake. I don't know if he's in the chat tonight. He's a friend of the show. Unless you're Elon. Yeah, fuck that guy. That's a whole other conversation.
The muskrat.
Yeah, the muskrats. They're going to come get me, bro. I should do a whole stream on Elon next. Anyway, so Jake posted the whole Atlas trading downfall reminds me of this scene from The Big Short. I don't know if you guys seen this or not. I felt like Steve Carell the entire time watching these goons dump on their followers. Goodbye and good riddance. So I don't know if you guys have seen this clip.
Okay,
here.
well, apparently here, Ripster tweeted today. He goes, "Not true. All there. All tweets. Don't believe in rumors. I was never in group chats or anything." Apparently, Ripster had tweeted that
Interesting.
at 6. I don't know where he lives, but that's a screenshot I'm seeing.
So yeah, here is the tweet that I posted. I thought this was hilarious, bro. I saw this in the Atlas Discord. Somebody posted it. And I was like, bro, this is fucking hilarious. This is literally...
You guys got scammed?
Yeah, exactly, Blessed, exactly. This is a post. They're on some sort of private jet headed out somewhere. And I said, at least they got a fancy prison bus. You got the whole crew here. Who is this guy here, though? I didn't... Who is this? With the hat, the Ford hat.
Oh, that's Tommy's band, the David.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't know who this guy is, but Tommy DJ guy. No, he's back here. This is Tommy here.
Yeah. That's the singer in the band.
Okay, I got you. That's Dave, Tommy's band. Got you. Okay, thanks, Case Up. That's a classic pick. Yeah. So this is they actually got the prison's really they treat them really
was
nice.
the rat. Oh, that would be a hot take if David was the rat.
Yo, could you imagine? That'd be really hot.
That would be crazy.
So as you can see, the state prison was really nice to these guys, and they sent them a really, really fancy prison bus. They had coke in here. Look at all the coke laid out on the tables here. No wonder they went to jail. AC, all these nice windows. A really, really nice bus. So good for them. At least they were nice to them. You know what I'm saying?
That's Zack. That's Zack. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on a business call. It's a really funny joke. It never got old. Yeah, that's hilarious.
That was like the most annoying part in Twitter when everyone was going off about that. Like, oh, we're in a business house. Like, stop. Like, it went on.
Way
it
too
was
long.
like funny for one day.
I know.
I don't even know if it was funny, but.
So yeah, Bofo says something I personally agree with as well, which is this should trigger a shift for the better for the culture of FinTwit. I completely agree with you.
Right. Well, we could hope. I mean, yeah, but there are always new people, new young. There's think about it. There's always another young 21-year-old, 20-year-old just opening up a broker account, looking into this stuff. There's always going to be a new flock of them. So, and they're always everyone's always going to just be allured by the Rolex and
100%.
and that whole marketing thing. So, I'd like to hope that too, Bofo. Just focusing on psychology and risk management. Because I think I was talking to someone and they asked me, like, what would I wish I had learned? Like, first, I wish I learned risk management before I learned technical analysis. And that's never how it happened,
Right.
That would have saved me way more, It was only till I lost like a shit ton of money until I was like, okay, I need to figure this out.
And Bofo saying, right, but Atlas was hugely influential in spreading the culture of posting fake gains and flash, which is 1,000% true. So hopefully that lessens. So Dread wants to point out, I guess Dread was big into the Atlas crew, not like in it, but using the Discord. He really respected and looked up to these guys and has been betrayed by them. Says, I know I should feel giddy. These dudes got caught, but I don't know. I'm probably one of these fuckers incognito trying to sway popular opinion. But seriously, this just feels sad all around. I don't know. Nobody wins.
I kind of feel that way too.
Yeah.
Like
especially for you guys being personal friends with some of them too, right?
Yeah, I mean, the only one Hugh I met. Hugh I thought seemed like a nice guy. Hugh I guess knew the best. I hung out with him like 2 or 3 times. Tommy I met twice, but I didn't really know him, and he's also he is kind of like the way that he seems on voice. He's will be yeah, what up, but almost you're almost a little bit sociopathic. You could tell you're not really talking to a real person in a way. I don't know how to describe it, but it was he'd be yeah, bro, and all this, but it just didn't seem like there was another level below that right. Was sincere, almost in a way when I met him, Okay. But he was nice to me, like I said, and I know that doesn't account for anything, but I say, he was a nice guy, We're all
Yeah. Kasem says
For the
like you're
table,
like you're
you
talking to
know,
a con artist.
Yeah.
That's how con artists are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it
But
is
he,
too bad.
you know, he paid for stuff, you know, and that's fine and great.
Yeah.
You know, that doesn't give him validity and everything. But yeah, it was just like
Exactly.
it was like very hollow type, you know. But Hugh didn't give me that impression personally.
No, Hugh
you know,
seems
and
wholesome.
again, but that's also the same thing about con artists. They, well, you know, some can still give the impression of being wholesome or a good person, maybe, you know,
Right.
and not be. But Hugh didn't give me that impression personally.
Right.
But,
I
you know,
interviewed
obviously, they said they were fucking loading Visel on the DL. You know, I mean, so it's like
Did he?
transcripted that Hugh was like clearly like being shady. So,
right.
I mean, there it is. So, what can you do?
Arizona Ice Tea says, "I'll keep my eye out for Tommy's Bronco at the FBI auction." But no, and I want to keep reiterating this because I think it's really important. There's a difference between being nice and having integrity. And these guys didn't have integrity, but they were very nice, right?
Yeah.
So I just want to keep pushing that point, kind of driving that
No,
home.
I would love to find that too, Bufo. How do we move forward together
Yes.
to have integrity?
Right.
I would love that. You know, that's ideally the best thing, you know? I mean, you're always still going to have these other sides of the coin, and it's always going to be there. It's going to be another group. I mean, I think the biggest thing, and yes, you got to care about the community and everything, but the biggest thing I think in Bofo, I mean, I you know, I follow you, I see your posts, like you just talk about your journey and, you know, try to be positive and be educational
100%.
and just focus on what you're doing and your journey and what you put out, you know, and then that's all you can do. Try to, you know, like the stupid Gandhi quote, you know, be the change you want to see in the world. Okay, so that's, you know, that's all you can do is try to focus on
100%.
what you're doing.
No, that's it. Yeah, Scott Paul says they were nice, equal, successful con artists, which is probably why Hugh has a heavy sentence because he's the most believable, the best among them. Very, very possible. I even interviewed Hugh. I talked to Hugh I interviewed him twice. I've talked to Hugh for like 4 hours, one-on-one, for you guys.
Well, they had the show too, which also
Yeah.
might be another level of collusion, you know, because they
Mhm.
did, you know, I remember when they were pumping Visol and they even interviewed the CEO of Visol, you know, and Hugh was like, I want to buy a board seat, you know, on the Visol, you know.
Yeah.
And they were saying in the first report that came out that Dan would specifically ask questions to like that would be positive or to pump the stock or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kasem brings up a good point as well, which I keep touching on. You know, this was $100 million, bro. This was mortgages. This was food for people.
Mm-hmm.
This was people people are just trying to get by who followed these guys because they had that hope that they could just get ahead a little bit, pay off. I've got like I don't, but let's say, you know, they have like 3 maxed out credit cards. They have a huge mortgage. They can barely even afford to like have a Netflix subscription. You know what I mean? Like this is who these guys you see on screen, this is who they were taking from. People who couldn't afford to lose everything. And that's what happened, man. $100 million and how many families, how many, houses got seized and shit like that. Like it is very, very, very sad.
But there is, if anyone did lose money like in a significant way, or there is an 800 number or something where you can like contact the SEC and like, you know, if there is a civil lawsuit, because I remember I was in a stock back in 2018, Elfin, that got like it was like a pump and dump or whatever. And I got a letter from a lawyer saying like, oh, you were an owner of Elfin. If you receive damages or whatever, you can join the lawsuit or whatever,
right?
You know, so there is that option for people out there, which is good, you
know. Hugh funded investment competition in Nevada, Reno University, and the university took down all the articles from their site. No way. That's crazy. I didn't know
what?
That. He funded that Nevada Reno University. That's crazy. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Absolute power corrupts. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Lord. I forget who said it. Lord something.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, there could be some type of class action. Well, yeah, that's what's happening, right? So this is my other post that Shark loves. When you start Fintuit living in your car and leave Fintuit living in your car. And I threw together this little edit of Tommy's soy ass face hanging out in this car window.
That one got a lot. You got 100. You got 300 likes on that one.
There's probably more. I can refresh this. I didn't take it down, unless Tommy took it down. Okay, 381. Yeah, that's so funny, bro. That plane one got more though. This one popped off, bro.
You know, at the same time, yeah, you know, after today though, I mean, I'm sure people will still be talking about it, but I would also too kind of like, you know, after yesterday, it was kind of like a big adrenaline dump. Everyone was going crazy.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm sure people will still keep talking about it, but I do like what Bofo was saying. You know, I'd like, you know, after this, for me personally, like I did those polls, I might just take them down. You know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
With it. But I would love to move on in a nice, positive way, hopefully. And
no,
you know, all I can do is focus on what I post and what I do, and what you know.
And that's why I wanted to do this podcast, because this will probably be the last time that I talk about this topic, unless we, you know, until we find out exactly what happened, then I might mention it. But I just wanted to beat this into the ground, so we don't need to talk about it anymore. But yeah. Anyway, some funny memes came out of it, and this is that picture of allegedly PJ getting arrested. I don't really see him though. This is the picture you sent me.
It's the guy with his hands up and the spotlight on him.
Oh, right here. Oh shit, I didn't even see that. That's crazy. Is this his house? That's wild.
Yeah, that was from his next door neighbor. Can you imagine like his neighbor just like this guy is like his young guy with all these cars, and then finally the fucking feds pull up and they're just like,
you're like, I fucking knew it. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's I mean, what is going through your head at that moment? Like, just like
right, just that it caught up. Just it all caught up.
Just fuck, it finally fucking happened.
Yeah, if I was his neighbor, I'd probably think the same thing that Trev said. Probably thinks he was arrested for crack or some shit, like some crazy drug.
I know, that's what I would be thinking too.
Yep.
Like, this guy's a drug dealer or something.
Drug
They
bust.
probably spoke to him. They probably knew he was the stock trader, and then, you know, I mean, even Kramer mentioned something about it today, I think, at the end of the thing. So, I mean, and all they have to do is just look up the address, and I mean, they probably knew his name. It wouldn't be hard to find it.
Right. His neighbor's like, seems like he had his first red day.
It's a good tweet, dude. Oh, fuck, man. If I had one more beer, I'd be like... That's such a good... That's fucking gold, dude.
That's really good.
That's so good. Oh, fuck.
Oh, man.
I mean, someone's got to post it.
It's got to be one of us, right?
Someone's got to post that.
Seems like he had his first red day. Trev, you posted, I'll retweet it. How about that? I want to steal your joke. I haven't had a single beer yet tonight, though. I wanted to fully take this on with like a clear head.
Yeah. Sorry. I mean, yeah, maybe it would have. But yeah, yesterday, unfortunately, I had one beer, and then but I had a glass of wine too, and I don't really get hangovers. But when I mix them, I only had one of each. And this morning I woke up. Luckily, it was FOMC day, so I didn't do much and all day. One trade on Microsoft and one on SPY, but I had a fucking headache, and I was earlier. I mean, I had one more beer, like you said, hair of the dog.
Yeah.
But I kind of shot my load, so to speak, last night by accident.
But yeah, I mean, let's run sort of some concluding thoughts here, and we'll start to wrap things up. This will be going to YouTube, by the way, guys. So if you want to say hello, YouTube, you can look for yourself on there in the YouTube video. So everyone say hi, YouTube. What's the Fed status? What is this?
The Goose of Wall Street.
Oh, fuck. I did see something about this. Let's watch this really quick.
Oh, did he post the tweet?
Yeah, some laid back thing. So I wonder if they like tall, dark, and handsome in jail. I don't need a full screen. That's just a voicemail. So let's listen to this. This is laid back. Let's see what he has to say here. You got a few more memes? Yeah, keep them coming if you want to, and then we'll wrap this up.
Remember this. The next time you say some stupid fucking shit to me from wherever the fuck you are, remember this. I'm 6'3", I'm tall, dark, and handsome. Yo, fuck that. I'm fucking good looking. My wife is a fucking smoke show. We got the best dynamic. I got my mom still. I got my dad. I wake up in the fucking sky. Okay? When I get bored, I fucking buy a car and just fuck around with it like it's adult Legos. Every day it's fucking sunny. I'm living the fucking dream. While you shit stains, the best thing that you can do is talk shit to me. Really? Okay. Well, remember that the next time you fucking think you know. I promise you, you don't. I'm in my 30s and I'm retired. There ain't fucking shit you could say to me, you dumb fucks. Let's repeat. I'm.
Oh, what happened? The rest cut out? Hang on, let me try to refresh it.
Let's repeat. I'm.
Oh yeah, it cuts out there. Interesting. But yeah, no, that's our boy, Lade Backk. I wonder if they. I do wonder if they like tall, dark, and handsome in jail. I guess maybe when he comes back, he'll let us know. That's I love that clip. And then of course we have once again the Kerry Palmer clip. I'll play that too, back to back.
Well, guys, it's been a long ride, and I've been giving it some thought, and I think it's probably about that time. We pumped, and now it's time for me to dump on out of here. So, you be well. This has nothing to do with Peloton, and I'll catch you guys around. One thing I wanted to mention. Just remember, there's only ever going to be one like me. There's only going to be one Lade Backk. I said that. Yeah. So if you're going to beg me to stay, this would be the time to do it. I'm really gonna do it. So, all right, bye. What'd you say?
His delivery is gold. It's just so dead, like it's kind of deadpan with it.
Okay. You sure? Oh God.
I like when he comes back and he's like, "What'd you say? What was that? Oh, nothing. Oh, okay. Positive. Oh, right. All right." Man, I failed this Piton call like 10 times in one day. That's insane, bro. Colonel dropping some heat here. What the fuck is this? Is that Dan? Bro, what? What is he doing other than crack? Bro, I swear to God, this guy.
That's when you've had one too many Adderalls.
Holy
and
fuck.
You need that nicotine fix.
Bro, this is embarrassing, dog. Like, this guy had some major issues, bro. I don't know if you were there for that Twitter space when he went on. I think Fake Pear Bear was in there. Yeah, Dan posted some crazy shit. Oh, it's Chew? Oh, okay, got you. I got you. Bro, he was on this Twitter space.
Yeah, chewing tobacco.
Okay. He was trying to talk about positions and trading and all this stuff. Bro, he couldn't string a sentence together. He could not string a sentence together. And he didn't just sound drunk. Like, I know what drunk people sound like. He sounded like I don't know, like a alien. Like, he just sounded like he was so fucking messed up, and he's still trying to talk, but he just could not even talk, bro. And he's on this Twitter space, and these guys are asking him questions. Like, guys are coming on and being like, how do you set your stop loss? And he's like, it's just like, holy shit, dog. It was crazy, bro. He did a PGI podcast on shrooms one time. Did he really? Oh my God. That's so crazy, bro. These guys are wild. All these Atlas dudes and anyone that formed room afterwards and Clout Chase are complicit, in my opinion. I don't know. I wonder that myself, Revolver M. Like, where did it end in Atlas? Where does it continue on without Atlas? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people in that room. Some of them exposed, some of them seemingly okay. I have no idea. It begs the question, but and I don't know if we'll get the answer ever. But it's just a reminder of just to everything you see on here, take with a grain of salt. We have these. It's right here. I show this on stream sometimes. Stockrateez made this, but this is year 12 small account affirmations. It's this one right here. So don't FOMO to other traders' IDs and alerts with no preparation. So this is debatably the most important. Rather take a win or loss based on my own preparation execution than rely on someone else. I'll only take an alert if I agree with their thesis. I'll make the trade my own. If you do this, you will not be subjected to half the shit that's happening here, because you're going to blame yourself. You're not going to blame somebody else. Everybody's looking to point the finger. Everybody's looking for the easiest way to just jump in and do something. But if you're looking at doing your own preparation, actually trading, not just slapping stuff that somebody says to,
Yeah, you can't slap it. But the other thing is, the main reason also too why I got away, and thank God I found options. But the reason also too why I got away from small caps, even if the setup sometimes was looking okay, and obviously don't know what's going on behind the scenes. You just catch this fucking knife out of nowhere, whether it was from Atlas or from, because there are obviously multiple rooms doing promotions and doing all this shit,
Right.
but you just catch this fucking knife out of nowhere. Even if you have, the stop loss can save you and you're going to get some slippage sometimes, but it's why the whole world just kind of fucking sucked to trade, just because, it's so easy manipulated. And, even if you have a stop loss, it could get blown right through and you get some shitty fill getting out. It's like it's just not worth it to trade, it just doesn't happen.
Bro, that reminds me. Do you remember being in that space last night and that Stratton Oak character? Let me pull him back up. He goes, "Oh no, Zack Morris was just getting stop loss rated."
Yeah.
Do you remember him saying that? A fucking stop loss raid, bro. Are you serious?
I mean, I don't know. It's probably him selling, causing the stop loss.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, fuck. He actually did tweet it. Hang on. Here you go. Atlas Ratings neighbors seems like he had his first red day. Anyway, any closing comments on this whole thing, Shark? How has it affected you? What do you think about it? And what do we do going forward?
No, like I said, I think, it doesn't, I'm not, associated. I mean, for me, I never got into that. So it doesn't really bother me any. It's sad. It's I think to one degree, everyone knew it though. On another hand, you had to be a little naive, to think that wasn't going on. I think someone made a post in one of the rooms I saw. They was like, whenever I saw Tommy Coop's dumbass being able to do it, I knew something wasn't right. And that hopefully that this can set better expectations for people about what their trading journey is actually like, when you can't fall back on illegitimate manipulation. We could just all focus on just being, putting out good stuff on what, a good educational and good, focusing on what we're doing, and I don't know, more information will come out. If they get a slap on the wrist, it's really going to depend also too. If they get a slap on the wrist and they just come back like nothing happened, and it's not going to be the best look, because
right.
So we'll see. I think the best thing is that we just focus on what we do and then being positive and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So we'll see. I mean, to be continued. Hopefully we can, people can the whole community can turn a new leaf. We have to see too. Are you allowed to, talk about, options now or whatever? What that guy said, he can't alert anymore. He's not going to alert anymore.
Right. Yeah. NBA.
So I don't know. Right. So that's a whole other thing that would, maybe to be looked into. So that's what it is.
Yeah, I got you. And yeah, just to kind of right, Shark League is small caps trader. Can we even talk about stocks now? That's a very valid question. Can like we read in that post that we showed earlier, what not to do. he basically said straight up, don't talk about small caps. So, I mean, at this point, if we trade small caps, the safest thing to do is just to trade them yourself and just keep to yourself. Maybe you can show your P&L, show how you're doing in general. But I think something's going to change here with call-outs in general, I think. I think they're going to be taken a little more seriously, at least in the short term. We'll have to see about the simple fix now. 499 followers. That's it. Just tell everyone to unfollow you till you're at 499. How about just don't use your following as exit liquidity? Yeah, no, exactly. No, at the end of the day, don't do that. But as far as the small cap traders who are actually legitimate, who are just wanting to trade and trying to help other people,
I mean, if
tough.
you're not, I think, too, like, if you're a small cap trader, I mean, again, you probably would have to talk to somebody just so you feel whatever, like, comfortable for your own sake. But, yeah, I mean, if you don't alert something and then sell into it, like 5 minutes later, then, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Tough.
Why are they going
but
after 4X?
It's good to be just away from that.
What are your guys' thoughts in the chat? How do you guys think we move forward from here? And also, if you liked the stream tonight, we've been streaming for 2 hours and 49 minutes. If you like the stream, type ones in the chat. I'd love to see if you guys like this type of content. We can maybe do some more of this going forward. And just kind of report on some stuff. But if you guys enjoyed it, hit me with some ones so I know that, get some feedback here on it. And we'll do more. Trade your own plan, get educational period. Yeah, for sure. And this will be going on YouTube as well, guys. So if you want, you say hello to YouTube so that other people can watch it. Dude, you killed it tonight. Best stream of the year. Oh, thanks, Ice. That's huge.
No, thanks, Nate.
Really appreciate that. I put in a lot of work for this, guys. I really did my research on this one. So if you want me to do this again, would love to see some love.
You put on a suit.
And I
was
put
wearing
on
a
this suit,
shirt,
bro.
but I got a collared shirt. I saw you and I was like, damn, he's looking good. I was wearing an undershirt earlier.
Yeah.
I got a collared shirt.
We all have a dark sense of humor and coping with things, so I appreciate the consolidation of content so we can all get past this fucked event. Looking forward to getting back to the grind, gents. 100% Trev. And that's why I wanted to do this. I wanted to let's just grind this into the ground for a few hours, get it out of our system. I wanted to have a safe space here for everyone to talk about what happened, everyone to talk about the pain that they went through, and really discuss it. And so now, this is almost like therapy for all of us in a sense, including myself, including Shark. This is like a therapy session, right? Just get it off your chest. Let's talk about it. Let's really dive into it. And then now we can kind of say, okay, let's see if we can move forward. What's the positive message here? How can we make FinTwit better here on out? Thank you guys for all the ones. Really appreciate it. Commander Bertos, you're a legend. Thanks for the sub tonight as well. And all the first-time chats, thank you guys for the follows tonight. We're going to do more content like
Legendary.
this.
Yeah, man. Thanks for all the participation. It's been great.
You are legendary. Yo, RV, thank you for the sub, brother. Let's go. Thank you so much, bro. I appreciate you. The sub on YouTube. It was a YouTube sub. Let's go. Shave Spades. Show us the sport coat with no dress shirt. Just chest. That's what you want? That's what you want? Is that allowed on YouTube? Hey, thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. All right, guys. Let's put on some kind of outro music here. And
well, there's only one outro song that we go.
As Jason by the Midnight?
I got to turn on. We need to have a heavy V-neck. Yeah. You need the deep V-neck.
I need the V-neck that goes down to like past my nipple line. That's what I need.
Just all the way down.
So we could do
it's quite the dip.
Have you guys seen that?
Highway down.
Type 2 in chat if you've seen the outro meme. The Gary Medal deep V-neck in closing time. I hear. Do you guys know the? Do you guys know this? Hang on a sec. Do you guys know the outro song? Or does nobody know it? The Gary Made song? We don't have to play this one, but I'll start it off. Should we raid somebody? We got 85 viewers here. You guys interested in participating in a raid? So we can do that.
What
as
does that
well.
even mean? I don't even know anything about Twitch.
So instead of these guys signing off, we just send them to another stream.
Yeah.
But I mean,
What about those girls that lick the microphone? They're funny.
I can send you to a hot tub stream if you want. You want Amaranth? Raid Atlas. Yeah. Porno for Atlas, dude. Epic.
Yeah, what's this? What's the song that the rap song that's like laid back? What is that? I don't know that.
I forget.
Like
Oh, here's the outro
famous, yeah.
part, by the way. We got to salute. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. That's the meme, but I don't think anybody knows it.
Oh, gin and juice. Yeah.
Is that what you want?
No, I think it's gin and juice. Sipping on gin and juice. Laid back. Yeah. Did you say lean back? Yeah.
All right, we're going to do Jason by the Midnight here. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Once again, this is your host, 100 million. And am I pointing the right way? Yeah, up here. Shark Trader. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Slap some ones in chat if you enjoyed the content tonight. Say hello to YouTube.
Yeah, thanks guys for hanging out.
It's been a lot of fun. All right, guys, take care. I love and appreciate every single one of you. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye, Shark. I love you.
All right, guys. Take care. I love you, man.